Hello, everyone. Welcome along to the Sporty Show. It's a lovely day here. It's a lovely Friday because football is back. The Premier League in action tonight with Liverpool taking on Bournemouth, as well as La Liga. We have Rayo Vallecano and Girona, Villarreal and Real Oviedo. Almost forgot it there, but I didn't. It's a very exciting day. We are very happy to have you. The season is starting 2025-26. Here we go. I am your host, Sara, and I'm joined by the one, the only, Mr. KlintonCod.
Oh, yes. Listen, when you said I'm joined by the one and only Mr. KlintonCod, because now I'm a kind of...
It actually is weird. I feel like I need to introduce, because yesterday Lucrezia was sitting where Shantelle is, and I will introduce. Don't worry, I'll get there.
Yeah.
But it does seem, I think I might need to switch it up for the new season, because we have a new set, and it seems like I'm...
Don't change it.
Throwing it.
No, don't change it. Sorry, if you change it, it won't flow.
No, we're just switch seats in position.
No, I'm happy here. Yeah, don't run away. I think that one suits you.
Don't run away.
Right. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, it's your boy KlintonCod. We are back again. It's a beautiful day the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice that Manchester United might be winning the Premier League this season. I don't know why I'm so very confident, but that's a story we would eventually get into by the time we're done with the introduction. There's a song in Nigeria called, first of all, Introduction, by a guy called Olamide Bado Snare. Okay, sorry. This may go into Africa now. But it's the West Side. Sorry, they're looking at me like, what's this guy talking about?
What's happening? All right, well, we're also joined by the lovely Shantelle. Welcome back from holiday. You weren't here yesterday. We're happy to have you back. How was your vacation?
Thank you. My vacation was really well spent, connected with the family.
Lovely.
Had amazing food, of course, because I was home in Jamaica. And I'm happy to be back here. It's a new season where Liverpool will be winning the league, Clinton, but we have a lot to get into. I'm going to throw it to Nouha. How are you?
Clinton, I was looking at your introduction on the screen, and you look like a teacher or a pastor or something. I don't know.
I think it's new glasses.
Wait, did you change your glasses?
Yeah.
It looks different. Okay.
No, but wait. What do you mean I look like a teacher? Wait, teacher? You want to
Like those teachers on YouTube, not a real teacher.
Okay, well, is it because of this?
Yeah.
I have
All
a
right, hold
question,
on.
Mr. Cod.
Right, so what do I look like now? Tell me the truth. Yeah, go
Look
on.
like Clinton.
What, you want to ask me a question in class?
Why do you think Man United are winning the league this year, sir?
No, I feel like this is some kind of press conference interview. I'm now Ruben Amorim. Wait. Hold on, Sara. Just wait. Oh, and I want to talk like Ruben Amorim, actually. Wait. All right, go on with the question again. I might not actually speak like Amorim, but I'll give you the answer I believe he's going to give.
What makes you believe Manchester United are winning the league this season?
Well, I've done my experiment last season. I only had half a season to, and I'm happy with the fans. They gave me time, they believe in me, and this season we even look more solid. We've signed, 3 really good players. We have Benjamin Sesko now. We also have Cunha. Mbeumo, had 20 goals last season for Brentford. So, Man U fans are very optimistic. This season would be very, very different.
You're not fazed by the fact you finished 15th last season?
Well, I mean, it's football, you see. No, wait, don't kill it, man. Wait, no.
I was going to say it was 16th.
Yeah, 16th, sorry.
I mean, it's football. Last season was very terrible, and we had players who were not serious. Gladly, Marcus Rashford, not gladly actually, because he was a very good player for the club, but he needed to leave. The whole issues regarding Sancho and the rest of them. So, I think our squad, we had issues, but this season, those are the things we've been able to correct, and hopefully, the players would at least they'll want to play for the club. I've done it in Portugal, and Manchester United will not be any different. If the players are ready, we are winning the league.
I can see the headline now. Amorim hates Rashford.
Yeah, I was thinking it. I'm like, imagine if he actually said that.
Markinde here says Ruben Scammerim.
Oh.
Hello, Markinde. All right, well, also let me introduce my other partner in crime, Alex Ashmore. Hello, Alex. It's Premier League Day. We're back.
I'm excited. It's been a long wait. Entertainment, drama, excitement, nerves. It's here until, the end of May. We've got all of it and a few breaks in between with international breaks.
AFCON, maybe?
AFCON as well. The World Cup next summer. That's a long way away, though. So I'm focusing on Liverpool-Bournemouth tonight, which I'm very excited for.
Brilliant. All right. Well, we will get into that. But a friendly reminder, guys, that it is the last day to join us in the Fantasy Premier League, where you can compete against all of us in a fantasy league, picking all your favorite Premier League players. You have about 5 hours left until you can sign up, so make sure you go and do that. And also help us get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. We are 18.5K away from it, so let's get us there. But enough of the waffle. Let's get into it, and let's start with the blockbuster match of the weekend. Manchester United taking on Arsenal. A few of you have actually already dropped some of your predictions. Clinton, we have Faith saying it's going to be 6-2 to Arsenal. We also have, I saw a 3-2 as well. Sandile says 3-2 to Arsenal. Clinton, this is a massive game. It's not going to determine the season. It's not going to necessarily change that much. It is just one game. But bragging rights to start between two of the biggest teams in the Prem. You have to be excited.
Listen, I think it's a very important game. I think it's not just a one game for me. You know, this is Arsenal we're playing, right? This is one of the games we should be winning, especially if this is going to be the first one. Yeah, of course, you know, they have the Gyökeres. I would tell Arsenal fans, and this is not me trying to talk down on you guys, Gyökeres will not score more than 10 goals this season. Right? Forget about the whole, he's done this, he's done that. You know, I'm so happy that we are now about to see the real stuff, not what we're seeing in the friendlies and all of this stuff that's making people feel like, yeah, Arsenal, he scored this. Yeah, his first game, he didn't score. I think the second one, that's when he scored, you know.
In the second.
And it was a very good header, I'm not going to lie, right? But, you know, if you would struggle in your friendlies, you know, I'm also not saying that it doesn't mean you will not score in the real one. But I've already seen Gyökeres. I can see that my man is probably going to need a couple of seasons to beat the guy Arsenal been waiting for. I'm so sure. Now, Benjamin Sesko, on the other hand, listen, no.
He's going to hit the ground running. He's going to score 40 goals.
No, listen, the way you've said it, that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't know why, and every time I've said it on this show, you guys know that a lot of the things I say here, they manifest. These are not ordinary stuff. Sesko is going to be the talk in town.
Why
in
him
the Premier
and
League.
not Gyökeres, though?
Yeah, because Man United want Gyökeres first. So if they had a choice, which they didn't because he wanted Arsenal, they would have had Gyökeres. So if you had Gyökeres in your team, you'd have been...
Was the case that he wanted Arsenal over Manchester United, or was it just about the business aspect of it? Because knowing that his former coach is in Manchester United, there's no reason why he would refuse a Manchester United over an Arsenal. You see, so I don't think it was him wanting Arsenal over United. I think it's just the business aspect, the money or whatever stuff that was going on, exact Champions League football too, all of this kind of stuff. But listen, the Premier League is very different. If you're able to prove it to us that you are that good, you know, whichever league you've come from to the Premier League, it means you're good. There are only a few strikers or few players that have done it. They've come to the Premier League and they've hit the ground running. Haaland, for example, he's been the guy. He came, he did. Omar Mamouche is doing exactly the same thing currently as we speak. Benjamin Sesko, I have a very strong conviction that's what he's going to do for Manchester United. And I'm so happy looking at the team, looking at Mbeumo, looking at Cunha, looking at even, you know, the best midfielder in the Premier League, arguably, Bruno Fernandes, yeah? I just can't wait to watch beautiful football, you know, and Manchester United will bury Arsenal tomorrow.
Sunday, but
Sorry, on Sunday.
Sesko to score is 3.90 on Sporty Bet. Gyökeres 2.30 of his favorites. Brian Mbeumo 4.60 anytime goal scorers. Also, to win the match, Manchester United 3.55, Arsenal 2.08. Arsenal are the favorites, and so is Victor Gyökeres, according to Sporty Bet.
Listen, I mean, it's Sporty Bets.
Careful.
No, yeah.
All right, let's stop there. Let's stop there. Shantelle, I'll ask you this. Going into this match, obviously, first match, it is at Old Trafford. Take what you want with that. But, you know, start of the season, nerves kick in. There are new pieces to each puzzle of both Arsenal and Manchester United. Are you leaning towards Arsenal and favoring what Sporty Bet are also kind of leaning towards and that they're the favorite? Or do you think Manchester United have a solid chance here?
No, I would really want to back Clinton, but I can understand why Arsenal would be the favorites in this one, because Manchester United, the truth is, they have a lot of rebuilding to do. We saw what they did last season, and for me, Arsenal, yes, they're in their building stages, but I feel like they have found the puzzles that they might need to take them even further. So I can see why they're the favorites, and I feel like Arsenal, somebody predicted 6-2. Arsenal, yeah, I see a very
6?
wide, not 6, but I see a wide margin there
Wow.
in this match.
Fair enough. Okay, Neil.
Wide margin, but you don't know you don't know where it's gonna come from, or you think it's gonna be Arsenal dealing
No,
with.
I feel like Arsenal is going to deal with Manchester United.
Sorry, can you go sit there, please? Just
Can
stand up
you
and
go
sit.
sit
What
there?
what do you mean?
Clinton, let's be so for real right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's be for real. Like, let's go head to head the two teams. No, let's go head to
Yeah,
head.
but the thing is, there's not
Right
enough
now,
substance for
anything
you
that's
to say that.
see if no.
Okay,
Listen,
let's do it.
let's go head to head. Let's go head to head.
Onana or David Raya?
Stop.
But that's a very bad start. Man. No, start from the other side. Start from the other side.
over
Don't
right
start. Don't start from goalkeeper. Let's start from striking. Down.
Højlund or Victor Gyökeres?
Sarah, you're here. You see how they are. Just in case fight busts out from here, you know what caused it, right?
Okay, let's do this. Easier instead of going through. What Manchester United players make the combined 11 between these two sides? Because there's going to be less, let's be honest.
Exactly.
What players make it into that combined 11 with Arsenal?
Well, Benjamin Sesko makes it over Gyökeres.
Where are you playing Benjamin Sesko?
Who? As striking.
As striker.
Yes.
Okay, so you're taking him over Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
No, see, Alex.
Hey.
Alex, if I
It's
hear
fine.
no,
It's fine. Let's let him have it. Okay, who else from Manchester United is going to?
I mean, listen. Okay, you know what? Forget about me because you might believe or you might think that I'm going to be biased because I'm a Manchester United fan. But I want you to throw this question for the four of us, right? Let's do the I's and the A's, right? Let's start with the striking, and then we'll go down to.
We did. So you said you would take Sesko over Gyökeres. Whether or
Yes.
not I agree with that, I'll give you that. Okay, so
okay.
let's make our way down.
Okay.
You're not taking Mateus
are you
Cunha over Saka.
Gyökeres or Sesko?
Gyökeres.
I think I would take Gyökeres.
I'm taking Gyökeres as well.
I mean, 102 goals in like 97 games.
Bro, come on, look at the league he plays, man.
But in the Champions League against Man City, yes, they didn't have the best season, but it's still Man City.
Anyways, that's all of your business, man. Sesko for me. But yeah, let's go on.
Bruno Fernandes or Odegaard?
Bruno Fernandes, of course, man.
I think after last
Everybody
season,
goes
to be
Bruno
honest,
Fernandes, man.
I think after last season, I think most people take Bruno Fernandes.
I mean, even before last season, he's still Bruno Fernandes.
Saka or Amad Diallo?
Get out of town.
I'll go for Amad Diallo.
Really?
Yes.
Lost your whole mind.
Listen, no disrespect to Bukayo Saka. Even as a fellow Nigerian, I'll tell you he's one of the best right backs. I'm just going to give him his credit, yeah? But I trust Amad Diallo. For a guy who plays for a team that's that depleted, I'm thinking about a Manchester United, and him still being able sorry, oh my God. See, when you're so passionate about Manchester United, him being the one guy who is still shining in that really bad Man U. You cannot say he's a bad player for Manchester United. He's been the one trying. Him and maybe a Bruno Fernandes or, I don't know which other players I would say they are still trying to make that club look good. Amad Diallo gets in there. So if you put Amad Diallo in the Arsenal Saka plays for, the question is, what do you think he would be doing there? I don't know if you know where I'm coming from. So for me, Amad Diallo, despite how bad United has been, he's still not seen as a bad player. I'm going for him.
Okay.
This going to cause a lot of arguments. I understand Saka is, yes, like top 3 in England or whatever, but this is my personal preference. I like Amad Diallo. I love the way he plays. I love his dribbles. I love how fast he is. There's so many attributes that comes with Amad Diallo
Did
that
you put
I
him
would
in your
rather.
fantasy football, Prim?
I mean,
What's your fantasy football name?
COD FC.
Oh, right. You said this yesterday. Reminder, guys. COD FC.
Yeah.
Was he in there?
Well, the problem is because of the time. No, wait. Hold on. Let me tell you the reason
How
why.
many Arsenal players do you have in your fantasy?
I can't even remember what players I have because you know the auto select one.
Oh, you didn't do that, did you?
I mean, they forced me to do it.
What do you mean?
Yes, I was.
Say.
Yeah, no, I was under. I'm not going to mention the name, but I was under duress.
You can change it after the auto pick,
Okay, so I could change it.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, this is where age now comes in, right? This is the problem. So, Alex, after the show, I'll need your assistance with that one. All right, mate? Vale.
Anyone else from Manchester United getting into this squad?
A lot of them, man. Sarah.
Ugarte over Declan Rice?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay, keeper is, of course, Raya. Who in the back? Who in the back are you taking?
Huh?
Who in the back are you taking? Because your best defender right now is Lenny Euro, and let me tell you, he is not getting in over the likes of Gabriel or Lewis Skelly.
Or Saliba.
Or Saliba. No defenders from.
Fiore. Or any of them, for that matter.
All right, so no defenders to Manchester United. So basically, you have.
But Harry Maguire, though. No, wait. No.
You're
Hold
telling
on. No.
me.
Harry
No,
Maguire has to start for you guys first.
You're telling
He's
me
not
you're
going
putting Harry
to.
Maguire ahead of Gabriel or Saliba?
Okay, listen. Damn, man, that's
No,
difficult,
I don't want to.
No, that one is hard. Okay, let's keep the defense.
It's all Arsenal.
Yeah, all Arsenal.
And the keeper. So you have Bruno Fernandes, you have Declan Rice, and then...
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's talk about the left and right back.
Are you saying Diego Dallo is getting in that team?
I think so. Yeah.
Whoa.
No, fact. I'll have Dallo over.
I don't think Diego Dallo is going to start against Arsenal.
Huh?
I don't think he's even going to start against Arsenal.
And who do you think is going to start? Oh yeah,
Luke Shaw,
No,
Lenny
he's going to
Euro,
start.
and
He's definitely going to
Matthias
start.
de
Nah,
Ligt.
he's going to start. I think he's going to start. Because I think he looks sharper than any of the names you've just mentioned.
It's not hard.
No, right now. No, tell me.
No, I said it's not hard.
So
So
what are you guys talking about?
I'm still not taking any Manchester United defenders over the Arsenal
I
defenders.
think
Okay, so look, let's speak about the Arsenal left and right back quickly.
the only ones that I think maybe deserve a mention. They're not
Not
playing
deserve
in
a
the
mention.
team.
We're speaking about people who don't make us.
Are we just speaking about players
Get
who
into
get
the
in
team, yes.
Okay, there's no one to speak about.
Damn.
In the defence, you're telling me you're picking Patrick Dorgo over Miles Lewis-Skelly?
Yes. Yeah. I'm picking Dogu, yeah.
Oh,
wait, no, for real
No.
though.
Believe in your third.
Yeah, I was just supposed to be like, believe in your team. It's fine.
Anyways, go on midfield. I'm taking Bruno Fernandes.
I think
Over
Bruno
Odegaard.
Fernandes over Odegaard.
Yeah.
Declan Rice
Over Ugarte.
over
Yeah.
Ugarte.
Yeah.
I think Zubamendi. It depends
who?
who plays in that midfield. If United play a midfield 3 or
Hold on.
4,
Okay, what about Mason Mount?
I don't think he's getting in there. I know he can play on the right or in the middle, but I just think I'm not putting him in there.
Okay. Left position, right? I know currently they have
To be honest, I
Madueke.
think the left might be the one where Mateus Cunha maybe gets.
He'll get over
mean, he has
Martinelli
to.
after last
Yeah.
season. That's
It would, and then let's even go to the right. Let's assume Mbeumo was playing right, yeah?
yeah, never over Saka.
Yeah, you're getting Saka.
Okay, but Amad Diallo gets him like over Saka.
I'm still going Saka over.
No, Saka over Mbeumo.
Yeah, Saka over Mbeumo, Saka over Amad Diallo, Saka's
Saka,
the
I'm
team.
going home.
Yeah.
Saka
If
or
Saka's not in
going
that
home.
team, there's a mistake.
All right. Well, Sunday will come. Sunday will tell.
Listen, but we're going to come back to this show after Sunday's game. Yeah, and you guys are going to apologize to me.
Clinton, don't say stuff like that. Because what if?
No, you guys are going to apologize to me because by the time Man U's done with Arsenal,
Okay, what if Arsenal wins? What are you gonna do?
Apologise to us.
Markinde said Clinton will definitely relegate a team with his squad selection. But there is someone here who said, Atang Niam said Manchester United 3-1 to beat Arsenal. So there are some Manchester United fans here. There are some believers in United this weekend. Alex, Arsenal have a difficult schedule ahead. After United, they have to take on Liverpool, Leeds, Forest, West Ham.
City are coming up.
I think in their 6 upcoming matches. Not easy. Not the most difficult schedule, but one of them for sure. So knowing that they have to head to Old Trafford this weekend, is Mikel Arteta also going to have an eye on the upcoming schedule and maybe some already to start balancing the squad and load management, as we say now in football, similarly to the NBA with the amount of football that's being played?
I don't think so. I think you have to come into the first game of the season all guns blazing. If you don't, and you pick up a draw, a defeat, I think the press will be on your back, the fans will be on your back, the criticism will be there from the offset, and that's not the way you want to start your season. I think if Arteta, it's quite a bold statement, but if Arsenal don't win this opening game, I think they can forget about winning the title. I'm not saying it's over then, but if they're going to be winning the Premier League, they have to be beating Manchester United.
Okay, pressure's on. Clip it. You've heard it here. Alex Ashmore. If Arsenal don't win against Manchester United this weekend, it's all over. Pack up. Let's go look at the next season ahead. A10 Edits said, comparing Ahmad to Saka is a disgrace to Saka. Clinton, do you have anything to say to that?
I mean, I think whoever said that is just being very annoying because. But then again, I blame Manchester United because if only we were, say, on the 5th, 4th position, maybe we'll be speaking more about Amad Diallo. But I think It's just because of how bad United, became in the season where he was still shining. Does that make sense? So even despite him putting in the amount of work he was putting in, we could not see it in terms of where United was in the league table. So now nobody raised him. I give an example. When I would always mention the likes of João Pedro, right? I've always said it on the show that he's one of my best players in the Premier League. And when I saw him go to Chelsea, I was excited because I felt like at this point people will now see how much he could do. But him being in Brighton, how many people from Africa would turn on their TV to watch a Brighton play if they are not playing in Manchester City or a Liverpool or some kind of really big teams? Let's say they were playing European football like they did a couple of seasons ago. So because Man United, we went so down that it was more of the fans that were putting an eye on the team. People didn't really give too much, attention because of where they were in the league. Manchester United was as good as being a Leeds United, if that makes sense. It's just the name United that was still keeping the club going, right? So that's the reason why people don't rate that Amad Diallo. But knowing how bad that United was, and my man was still doing some matches, was still scoring, was still giving assists, and then injury came at some point too, yeah? We would be speaking so much about that young man. I believe that he does not deserve to even be in that bad United that we saw.
I think you can make the same argument for Saka, though.
I can't make the same argument for him,
Because
no.
Saka was out for a large period of the season. You saw how
No, but you're not going to compare...
Arsenal
No, but look at that Arsenal,
deteriorated.
though.
Can you say Arsenal, they had a good season last season?
Yeah, second. They are having a normal season last season.
They finished second. They got to the
No, they had
semi-final
better
of the
than normal.
Champions
They
League.
did better in the Champions League
But
than most people expected.
When you
Yeah,
look
but
at
what did
that-
they win, though? Like, why are we speaking like we don't know Arsenal?
But that's what I'm saying. When you look at that Arsenal team, they had a good season. But if you were to give them a note out of 10, I'd probably say 7.
Real Madrid had a bad season, but for a normal team, that's a very good season. That's second in the La Liga.
I'm also saying, you look at that Arsenal front three,
Yes.
Saka's the only competent world-class player in that front three from last season.
I wouldn't really say he's the only competent world-class player. When you look at the likes of Martinelli, for
Kai
me...
Havertz,
What?
is he world-class?
How many... Wait, do you know how many goals Kai Havertz had last season? This bad Kai
Less
Havertz,
than
though.
10. No Arsenal player scored more than 10 goals last season.
No, I think Havertz had at least 10. No, good check. Fast check, please.
Continue.
This is where I'm going to look silly. I just think if you take Saka out of that Arsenal front three last season, they finished 4th, 5th at best.
No, but then again...
They don't get to the semi-finals.
Listen, when Saka was out from Arsenal, from injury, I don't really think Arsenal really suffered as crazy as people are making it think, though.
I think you could say...
No, you could see the difference.
No, I couldn't
you
see
could
no
say there was a
difference.
massive difference.
What do you mean massive?
9
But-
goals in the Premier League last
9
season.
goals,
Kai
so...
Havertz.
They were lucky that they found Ethan Nwaneri.
Mind you, he was also injured for for some better part of the season too. So he could have
But
probably
you would
hit
say
a
Kai
double
Havertz
figure.
is world class.
No, I'm not going to call him a world class, definitely.
But that's
not.
Alex's point.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely not a world class.
Alex's point is that in the front three of Arsenal, Bukayo Saka is the only world class player. Kai Havertz is good, Martinelli is good, but Saka is a level above them, and I think we can all agree on that.
He was carrying that front three last season.
He did definitely
Saka's
carry
a
the
game
team.
changer
to
any team, to
And
England
to
as
be
well.
honest, he carried that team last season because Odegaard had a bad season last season. I think we can all agree with that. Declan Rice got a lot better as the season went on. I think he was probably the second best player in that midfield. I look at the other players. Ethan Nwaneri I thought was good.
Miles Lewis.
Yeah,
Miles Lewis-Skelly I thought.
He had silly moments where he kind of like knocked off the credit that he'd been given before. But
I think Saka last season, if you look at performance, yes, I know he was injured for a large part of the season, but when he was on the pitch for Arsenal, I think he was the most influential player on that.
Definitely, I agree with that. But it still doesn't make me believe that Amad Diallo is not as good. For me, Amad Diallo is as good as Bukayo Saka.
Guess we'll see this season.
We'll see. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay Saka. I'm not saying that he's not worthless. I'm not saying he cannot play. But I'm only saying that this other guy, for me, in my opinion, he's as good as Saka. But it's just, like we said, the Manchester United spirit.
Well,
Someone wrote, I think Clinton is still not over Madrid's loss to Arsenal in the UCL. All right, then. Well, Arsenal and Manchester United in action on Sunday. But let's speak about tonight's match because Liverpool is opening up the Premier League against Bournemouth and a very heavily weighted Liverpool taking on a very depleted Bournemouth. Chantelle, do you feel like this is going to be a relatively routine win for Liverpool, knowing that Bournemouth are suffering from several injuries right now, and Liverpool are not?
Well, honestly, I want to say that I might sound like Clinton now in terms of confidence. I'm very confident that they can get the job done. As you mentioned, this is a depleted Bournemouth. They're struggling with injuries. They've lost key players who I feel like they haven't really replaced. While Liverpool, throughout this transfer window, they were acting as if they found oil at Anfield, and they have a lot of players. Plus, when you look at the records, the last time Liverpool played against this side, it ended 2-0, Salah with 2 goals, and this was when Bournemouth had that really strong team that we saw last season. And again, Liverpool haven't lost an opening match in maybe the last 12 seasons as well. So I'm pretty confident that they will get the job done. Prayers to Bournemouth, though. Hopefully it's not like a large margin, but yes, a nice win.
Alex, do you also agree with Shantelle, knowing that obviously they lost Kirkes to Liverpool, Dean Huijsen's out, Kepa's gone? I mean, they've made some replacements. They've brought in Petrovic from Chelsea. I'm sure you're happy about that. Truffert from Stade Rennes and Diakite, but it's not necessarily the players that they want. Justin Kluivert's out with injury. So is Unal, Cook, and Christie. It's a team that Areola is going to be struggling to kind of put together, I think, a solid 11 against the champions of the Premier League right now.
Yeah, I think they're going to really struggle, especially it's at Anfield. That adds another level to the difficulty. They, like Shantelle said, they haven't replaced the players that they've lost with, I think, players that are of a good enough
the same
calibre.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't want to call for people's heads already, because Iraola's got a really tough job to keep up expectations at Bournemouth, because they're a small club. Not too long ago, they were fighting for their existence in the 4th tier of English football, and now they're top 10 Premier League side, or thereabouts. But I think this season, I think they're going to struggle. I don't think they'll go down. I think they're just a little bit better than the teams below them. But I think it might come to November, December, January, and they might have to think about spending some money on players in that January window, because, I just don't think the business that they've done this summer has been good enough. And I think Liverpool are too good. I mean, the players they brought in, Frimpong, Wirtz, they've strengthened in positions that they didn't really need to, but they've somehow, or they've got better than last season. Yes, you look at the likes of Man City, you've got better. Arsenal have got better. I think Chelsea have got a little bit better, but I think this Liverpool team are the team to beat this season. And I'd be very surprised if it goes anything other than a comfortable Liverpool win.
Just on Andoni Iraola, you said yesterday that maybe an Atletico Madrid could be a fit for the Spaniard. Yeah,
I mean, I think it all depend on Simeone. I don't think Simeone is going to be... I think it was one of my surprises, I think.
What was your surprise?
I think my surprise was that he'll get sacked before the end of the season.
Okay.
Simeone, for me, the job he's done at Atletico has been good, but I think, like we said yesterday, I think that his time has come, time to move on. And I think Iraola, the job he's done at Bournemouth has been fantastic with the signings he's made. I think with the...
Are you going somewhere?
Yeah,
Sorry?
Sorry. Sorry, Alex. Are you all right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
No.
You're just stretching.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were walking out. You said, no, I won't be having it. Simeone must stay at Atleti. All right.
No, I think Iraola's the man for the job for Atleti. I think he's an exciting young manager. The job he did at Rayo Vallecano was impressive. He's done a good job at Bournemouth, yes, on a little bit more money in terms of the transfer funds available to him. But I think he's a new, exciting manager. If not for Atleti, I think they should go for someone like a Felipe Luis. But on Bournemouth, I think he's got his biggest task this season, because, like we said, they're not as good as they were last season. They've lost some really key players, and not the way that they want to start the season against the champions.
Of course. Nouha, a lot of people are criticizing Liverpool, maybe in that, or not criticizing, but maybe could be nervous about Liverpool and all the signings they've brought in and all the talent that they have to manage. Do you think that this might be a problem that Arne Slot is going to have to deal with throughout the season, kind of finding that best 11, what fits? as well as load management, and really seeing, if these players can step up into the spots of the players that were once there?
Yeah, absolutely. But the good thing is that it's not the only team that's struggling with that currently. Arsenal is struggling with that. Chelsea is struggling with that. So I feel like, yes, he will struggle, but other managers will struggle at the same time. And I think it will just, maybe we'll have a new system in the Premier League where you have a more rotating squad. Maybe the starting 11 is not as structured as it used to be, and now it's going to be a little bit more shaky, more competition between the players. So, I mean, I'm excited to see how he will manage, and I think all the signings that he's made have been spectacular. And I feel like it's going to be tough because whoever gets to play is going to do an amazing job. And I don't know. I actually don't know. That's why I'm really excited about this game, because it's going to be a first look into what he's deciding, what Bournemouth is deciding, either Arsenal, Manchester United. I think it's a first look, and first looks, first impressions are everything.
Right.
I don't think he'll struggle. I don't think he'll struggle. I just wanted you to finish, because from my standpoint is that they brought in these new players in position that he kind of needed. For example, Darwin Núñez is gone. Rest in peace to Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz. So we're seeing where Gakpo will probably play more now on that left flank. We have a new striker, Ekitike, up front, and now we have Vert. So I feel like what will happen now is that we have a good rotation system, as opposed to him struggling. Who do we start versus who we don't start? I feel like the starting level will be solid, while we still have good bench options.
And
I don't think. Wait, hold on, we'll get to that. I don't think that there's big egos in this squad where it's like, oh, I can't bench this player, or I feel like Liverpool understands that there's no player that's bigger than the club, per se. So I don't see a struggle happening. Now, with Ekitike, I personally didn't want him in the sense of I would have gone for Isak, but we know what's going on there. No, that's the only thing. No, if we do get Isak, who are we starting? I feel like the obvious choice would be Isak if we have Ekitike and Isak as the options. But again, I don't see a struggle. I just see a good rotational system.
Obviously, this evening, no Connor Bradley, no Joe Gomez. Yeah. But to me, when I look at the midfield...
No
Ryan Gravenberch as well. When I look at the midfield, though, I saw some comments saying, well, Liverpool's midfield is going to struggle. I don't think so when you have Florian Wirtz, Szoboszlai, and Alexis McAllister. If you're asking me, I'm not starting...
midfield in the division?
I'm not starting Ryan Gravenberch when I have those three. Yeah. He's not getting in over those three.
I agree.
No. For who? Tell me who.
I mean... I feel like, based off his performances last season, I think Gravenberch does deserve a spot in that team.
Deserve is one thing. Deserve is one thing, but is he better than any of those three players? For me, no.
I mean, if you're starting with a midfield three of McAllister, Wirtz...
and Szoboszlai.
I think I would put him in there ahead of Szoboszlai.
No, sorry. That was a bit
Based
too passionate. But the thing is...
To be honest, right, I would put Szoboszlai and, what's it called? The one we were speaking about. No.
Wirtz.
Gravenberch.
Yeah, Gravenberch. I think I'll pretty much read...
You're dropping McAllister?
No, you're kind of saying that Szoboszlai and Gravenberch are
I
would be between the two.
Yeah, pretty much on the same level for me.
I would start Gravenberch over Szoboszlai. I think based off his performances last season, I think if it's down to both being available and for selection, picking Gravenberch.
Not a bad problem to have.
No, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where
system.
I think that's what any team that are pretty much serious about winning trophies. This is kind of problem you want to have.
Yeah.
You want to have that extreme squad depth. Like I was saying yesterday, there are some teams that pretty much have 3 players for every position. We're seeing it with Chelsea currently, and. When we're speaking about teams to win the Premier League, this is exactly one of the reasons why I felt like they pretty much pose a proper threat to any team in the Premier League, judging from how they play currently. You don't have... Anyways, we still need to see what's happening with Nicholas Jackson, man.
Is Ibrahima Konate staying?
Huh? Konate, there's a rumour he's going to Real Madrid. And I would love to see him in Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid doesn't need him.
Could that upset the dressing room?
Not really. I don't think he's that kind of person. Like, listen...
Not through him, but just the rumours of him going the transfer mill, as it always is. Is he going? Is he staying? Is he really committed to the club? The defence is a really important position.
Yeah.
He's not playing. who do Liverpool play instead of him that they have the confidence in to go up alongside Virgil van Dijk. I don't think any of Liverpool's replacement centre-backs are anywhere near the level of...
To be honest, right, I think Konate and Van Dijk, they are... I think, when we're looking at pairs that go head-to-head with them, I think it was Gabriel and Saliba who felt like, okay, I mean, I still don't know those two pairs. Who are the greatest pairs?
I mean, based off last season, it's Van Dijk and Konate.
Yeah, okay, based on the fact that they won. But then Arsenal came second. So would you really say that? Okay, thank you. Now you're proving me. No, look. Arsenal fans, listen to him. Oh, yes.
And Gabriel and Saliba, it's fair to say I don't think they had their best seasons.
Yeah, I mean, injury for Gabriel.
Yeah, I think that's a bit unfair.
But no, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying it wasn't their best season in terms of game time, performances.
I mean, you wouldn't really say performances. Like we said, they were injured. It wasn't like they were bad players or whatever. It was more like they had injuries.
The truth of the matter is they didn't win anything.
Oh, facts. I mean,
obviously,
I'm happy.
But you don't get a medal for that.
Yeah, no, they don't get a medal.
You don't get a medal for second in the Premier League.
Fact.
No one remembers the runners-up.
I'm actually happy that you are literally supporting what I was saying.
No, but Alex, I've said this so many times.
No, it's not about that. It was based on the argument we were having earlier, man. My man is repeating.
No, but then if you compare second with 16th.
No, but...
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation.
The reason why I said Arsenal had a normal season last season was the fact that what were people expecting? Like,
I think people are expecting them to win a trophy.
That's what I'm saying. And they didn't win anything. You just said it. They won nothing. So that's why I said it was a normal season for Arsenal. But people would say because they finished second, they had a good season. For me, that's not a good season. It's a normal season.
I wouldn't say they had a good season because they finished second. I think they had a better season because they went the distance in the Champions League. And I think a lot of people didn't have them going to the semifinals. And listen, I get it. They didn't win anything, but they did better last season than they did the season before.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think for Arsenal, what I'm saying is for a club as big as Arsenal and the legacy they carry, if I was an Arsenal fan and people are giving me credit to say, you didn't win nothing, but I prefer this season than last season, I would be pissed. Because at this point in my life, I don't want people to tell me, don't worry, you did really well, but sorry, no trophy for you. That's very annoying. Listen, right now, Tottenham did better than Arsenal last season. No! For real! Tell me!
You can't finish 17th.
My God. Bro, Tottenham, they're going to play Champions League football. They won a trophy. What did Arsenal win?
Arsenal finished second.
Oh, my
Tottenham
God.
finished 17th.
Well, one of them had a trophy.
I know, but it was the Europa League. With all due respect to Tottenham, it's still a second fiddle European competition.
Bro, I'm telling you that, listen, one set of fans are screaming and they're posting on their Instagram pages that they have trophies. You, on the other hand, Arsenal fan, what you're posting is we finish second. Which of the fans are more happy?
I'd rather finish second and get to the semi-final of the Champions League than finish 17th and win.
Bro, Tottenham, they're going to play Champions League football. They have a trophy. Why would that... Bro, Alex, wait. What kind of Englishman are you, man? You're beginning to...
Arsenal are playing Champions League football next season as well.
No, they are playing, but do they have a trophy? No.
No, but they finished second,
Tottenham have a
not
trophy.
17th.
Oh, my God.
They lost 22 league games last season.
You don't understand. Every privilege Arsenal has for finishing second, Tottenham has exactly the same and a trophy. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, bro.
But it's a consolation trophy. Europa League is basically a consolation trophy for those who can't go to the Champions League.
Wait, Sara, hold on. No, hold on, wait. When did winning a trophy now became so bad that you'd rather finish second than win a trophy? Like, what is...
But it's finishing second in the Premier League. And then it's a Europa League trophy, which is basically a trophy that you give to the losers. Sorry, not losers. I'm sorry.
So you mean the European trophy now?
I do think we are discrediting the Europa League.
I
think that these are for obviously, second-tier teams, and Tottenham Hotspur haven't been competitive in a while. And I think for them to win it, especially after going 17 years without a trophy.
2008 was the last time they won a trophy.
15? Anyways, whatever it is, it's been ages. I do think that is credible for them. And I think for a team like Spurs to win Europa, that's an amazing feat.
They were close to winning the Super Cup. Do you know the funny thing? They probably could have won the Super Cup.
Oh, they should have won the Super Cup, for sure.
Yeah, and somebody would have told me.
Okay, well, let's not.
But to use your to use your
I'm talking about Europa League.
They didn't.
No, they didn't.
Arsenal were close to winning the Premier League and the Champions League.
That's what I'm saying.
I think we're getting carried away. Let's not talk about the Super Cup because I don't really think that's no major competition. Europa League is a major competition.
It is.
And I think, okay, you're a Chelsea man. If your team was in Europa League, I can understand that you have been used to competing in the Champions League or winning or the Premier League, FA Cup, fine. But I think for a team like Spurs, who hasn't been doing well over the last decade, who is finishing 17th in the Prem, for them to go and win the second best tournament in Europe, I think that is a good feat for them.
Oh,
and I just don't want to take away from the Europa League because I think we're putting a bit of slander on it. And for a lot of teams, that is an incredible trophy. I think we just happen to be a collective group of people here that have teams that are used to competing in the Champions League. But if, there are fans that are watching here that are, let's say, like a Brentford fan, a Leicester fan, even Aston Villa and Newcastle, that is a good trophy.
Yeah. Sorry, just to add, Sarah, right? We saw Chelsea win the Conference League. Yeah? What did we see online? We saw people saying, oh, Chelsea becomes the first team to have won all the trophies available. Oh, yes, that's why they were all screaming, all the Chelsea fans. And in my head, I'm like, wait, are you proud of winning the Conference League, for Christ's sake? A team that's used to playing Champions League football,
I will say
they've
Alex
won the
wasn't.
Champions League.
I came into that, I think any Chelsea fan, yes, it's good that they won the Conference League, but I don't think any Chelsea fan was overjoyous and celebrating.
No! Oh, come on, man.
They were showing when they won the Club World Cup because it's the Club World Cup.
No, listen. Club World Cup is massive. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, I think, judging from how this last Club World Cup went, I rate that cup over the Champions League.
What?
Yes, right now, yeah.
How?
No, yeah, I'm telling you for real.
How?
I'm sorry, because this Club World Cup we just saw was a proper league cup. Like, it was basically a whole, like, how we run the normal leagues, right? So it wasn't how it was before, where you just bring two teams that's won there or whatever, and you're different continents, come play and you win. This time around, they actually play the whole league. Now, this is a whole league, not for Europe. This is worldwide. A team comes and wins it. My question is, why do you rate, Alex, I put it to you, my lord, why do
My
you,
lord,
wait, no,
okay.
Wait. No, hold on. I'm telling you,
My lord.
yeah, I'm taking out that my lord because it made you feel. Why would you rate the Champions League? Because remember, this is European football. Same league arrangement. Now, you now go to the worldwide side of it. Yeah, just the same way. I'm sure you would. Every player would rather win the World Cup than win the Euros, right? I mean, I'm sure Lamine Yamal would rather win the World Cup with Spain than winning the Euros.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is it different from on the club side, especially with how this last Club World Cup is gone?
2 words. Auckland City.
Yeah, but we
so
can't.
I'm not being harsh to Auckland City.
I understand
But
that.
when you look at the level of teams in the Champions League, the lower band, yes, there are some bad teams.
There are so many bad teams, man.
But if you look at, in the Champions League, 24 teams went through to the playoffs.
Bro, Barcelona and Bayern Munich, there's something we so called, I hate to say it again, yeah? Bro, that was a score line. Oh, you want to mention all the...
But I'm talking about Auckland City, who are a Red Diamonds, with all due respect to Mamelodi Sundowns, who didn't do that well in the competition.
I mean...
Mamelodi Sundowns
Ulsan,
the competition.
Al Ain.
Didn't get out of the group.
These
Why
are
would that be good?
These are teams that, arguably, if you put them against most teams in the Champions League, they would get beat 3 or 4-0 most weeks.
Can I interject? Okay, maybe down the line, in a few years' time, in a few tournaments' time, the Club World Cup will be the end-all, be-all. But I think right now, for example, this last World Cup, because I know Chelsea fans, I know some of them, were saying Chelsea's the best team in the world because they won. I know.
Yeah.
I'm reaching here just to make a point. Liverpool and Barcelona were not in that competition.
Yeah.
And I know it was because of previous results. Fine. It's the best team in Spain. It's the best team in England. You can't be the best of the two best from those, in my opinion. Also, I just did some digging. The Club World Cup winners since 2012 was the last time a non-European team won the Club World Cup. Corinthians. Since then, Bayern, Madrid, Barca, Madrid several times, Liverpool's in there, Chelsea's in there, Bayern Munich, City. My point is that because European football is so much, I want to say better, because there's more money. I'm not saying, and that's why. It's not
They have
because
more resources.
there's way more talent coming out of South America, and that's why they'll end up coming to Europe. Listen, because of we understand that. There's a bit more of a foundation. That's just the way football is right now.
So you reckon that in a couple of years to come now,
Potentially, yeah. When it allows for more of these teams to understand the competition more, get used to it, get used to also competing with European clubs, maybe. But I don't think right now we can say that with the Champions League, especially the Champions League now having how many teams competing in this new format that is even more, intense than what it has been in the past years, I don't think we can say that the Club World Cup is better yet. Does it have the potential to get better?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
But
mean,
I think right now.
I think
Why then are all the European teams winning?
I think a good example is
listen.
Chelsea's route to the final.
Sorry?
Chelsea's route to the final.
Yes, no, listen.
The
let me
teams
tell you
they
this.
played on the semi-final, it was
But we can can we not also
Fluminense,
argue, but can
Palmeiras.
we not all these stuff you guys have just said, yeah? Can we not also take it back to the World Cup? Like not Club World Cup. Now the
But I
normal
think
Club
if
World
you
Cup,
look at the World Cup,
Yes.
the teams in the World Cup, the lower teams in the World Cup aren't as bad as the lower teams in the Club World Cup.
I mean, I wouldn't really agree with that one. I
The
can't
thing
lie.
is, though, it's
I'm
also the way it's set up because, like, for example, CONCACAF is probably the worst or the weakest group in the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. Those are the teams that are competing. Like, Curacao is a team that's competing. If they happen to beat, the likes of Jamaica, U.S., Mexico, Canada, whatever, they're going to go through. Geographically, that's just where they're located. You know what I mean? So there's not much you can say.
I mean, so that's the same reason why I'm still bringing up this whole, conversation here to say, you would always have, like, why do we rate the World Cup normally, or why do players rate winning the World Cup over winning, say, the Euros or maybe the one we do in Africa, the AFCON, sorry. It's actually bad that you're having to remind me of my own continent's competition.
Come on, Jamie Carragher.
But I still, I mean, I would agree to an extent to say, of course, eventually the Club World Cup does have potential to be. But from what I've just seen from this last one, the way it was organized, the way it was hyped, the way we saw all these different teams coming from these different parts of the world coming to compete together, and initially I underrated it. But from how it's gone, I feel like maybe in 5 years' time, I would rather watch, the FIFA Club World Cup, assuming the time will be accommodating, because that was only one thing I didn't really enjoy, having to be awake at 3 a.m. or waking up to the highlights at 6 a.m. or whatever. I think, and then obviously the weather conditions that happen in America, we've spoken about this stuff so many times. But take away that stuff, I think it looked more exciting for me to watch compared to what we would see in the Champions League, assuming it's not gotten to that round of 16.
Do you remember yourself here watching the Champions League?
No. So that's exactly why I added the last sentence. That's why I said going, especially before the round of 16. I think that's where the real stuff happened.
But do you not remember Liverpool, Real Madrid in the group stage?
I mean, I can't remember, but I'm just saying.
You've erased it from
No. I think when I'm speaking about the round of 16, it's more of the I don't know if I'll say the adrenaline that comes with knowing that they are now getting close to the end of the competition, and now more serious teams that have managed to win their games are now there. And if you're still there, it means you're strong enough. And when you're this strong, it's not just about the two teams, but it's about the stage of the game that we're watching at that point. Do you see it? But then again, it still doesn't change the fact that I love obviously the new format, making this, seeing really two big teams coming together to play at such an early stage of the competition, if that makes sense. I think that's the good positive side of the Champions League currently.
All right, well, we got a little derailed there. We'll head back to the Premier League. But just a quick moment to remind you that the Sporty TV mobile app is available for you guys on iOS and Android, meaning that you can watch La Liga and Premier League on the go. So make sure you check that out at your app store or wherever Android people get their apps, because I could not tell you. Big iPhone girl.
Google Play Store.
Yeah, genuinely didn't know it. Didn't know it. There you go.
go.
Alex Ashmore. Why do you know that? You have an iPhone.
Parents have had.
See, it's for Clinton's generation. Yeah. All right. Let's move along. We did speak a little bit about Alexander Isak and the saga that is continuing, whether or not he's going to Liverpool. But for now, he is still a Newcastle player. And Newcastle are taking on Aston Villa. And this may just be the closest match in the Premier League this weekend. According to SportyBet, Aston Villa at Villa Park, 2.31 to win. Newcastle, 3.11. Alex, these two teams finished level on points last season. There have been changes, but This is going to be a very tasty match at Villa Park.
It is. I'm looking forward to this one. You didn't say the odds of the draw there? Did you?
Yep, just did. 2.31 to Aston Villa, slight favourites, and Newcastle 3.11.
But as in the draw?
Oh, for it to draw,
Yeah.
I can look it up.
I'll give you a minute. But basically, I think you look like you said it. You hit the nail on the head. This game is between two really good sides. I think Newcastle have come off a really good season. They've got into the Champions League. Villa did really well in the Champions League, did pretty good in the Premier League as well. And I think both have really strong teams. Yes, Newcastle haven't had the best of summers with their recruitment. They've been rejected by a few players. Obviously lost out on Benjamin Šeško. They didn't sign the striker they want. They didn't get Ekitike. Looks like they could be losing Isak. If not, they've created a saga where a player doesn't really want to play for the club. He wants out. He was training with his old club, Real Sociedad, during the off-season. He's not part of the squad for the weekend. It all feels a bit messy, and I think that was one of my other surprises this season for the Premier League is Eddie Howe to get sacked before the end of the season. I think with the workload of the Champions League and the Premier League, I think they'll struggle to stay competitive in both. I think they will do well, but I think these two teams will be the teams fighting to break into that top four, and I think this will be a good litmus test as to which one is going to be the stronger team this season.
Well, Eddie Howe has confirmed that there will be no Isak Shantelle, obviously. They have brought in the likes of Ramsdale. They've brought in Malik Chow, Anthony Elanga. They've added some cushioning to the squad, but obviously Isak is a major factor here. How much is that going to affect them going to Villa Park this weekend, knowing that they don't have their top striker?
No, I feel like it's going to affect them. I don't want to say a lot, but it will affect them because he was...
Sorry, also, Anthony Gordon is a maybe, not confirmed, so another massive
Exactly.
loss.
So I feel like Alexander Isak, he was that star player, that key player who was just providing the goals. Like, it was just so easy for them with him there. So remove him from the picture now, and they're going up against Aston Villa, who is a good side. We've seen them, how they've performed last season, and as you mentioned, they both finished basically leveled on the table. So I feel like Newcastle will struggle, and I understand why the odds are in favour of Aston Villa because a lot of messy things is happening right now at Newcastle. And we don't know if that's messing with the mentality of the squad, what's going on there as well. So it's not looking good for them.
In terms of Aston Villa, though, Nouha, Dibu Martinez is picking up that red card and carrying it over from the match actually against Manchester United last season, so he won't be available. Disasi, Asensio, Rashford, all loans that they brought in at the end of last season or the second half, they're gone. So there are still some pieces that are missing, and I mean the biggest one obviously being Dibu Martinez, but they still have, of course, Ollie Watkins, who was incredible last season, and they have Morgan Rogers, yeah, right, slip of the tongue there. Is it enough to get past a little bit of a depleted Newcastle?
See, last season I did follow Aston Villa because of Asensio, and Asensio is a loan from PSG, and I think he's a great addition to Aston Villa, and I loved what he did with them. I was surprised when they didn't keep him. I was surprised when they didn't keep Marcus Rashford either. So I think, actually, I would venture to say that I think Aston Villa also has some drama inside the club because they had so many loans and then they just let them go every time. And for Asensio, I don't think it was a money problem. I think there's something going on there. So I don't know. I do believe that they're winning against Newcastle. I feel like Aston Villa is the stronger side. But I do feel like Aston Villa will struggle this season because of those additions that they had last season that are no longer there or are injured. Yeah, they will struggle massively, I will dare to say. But I just want them to prove me wrong.
I think as well playing on Thursdays in the Europa League will be a challenge.
Well, Newcastle, we saw 2 seasons ago with the Champions League, struggled with that management.
Even with the gap, though, as well, because the Champions League, your Tuesday or Wednesday, you get that 3 or 4 day gap
They
for
still
the
couldn't
weekend.
handle
But
it now.
you could play Thursday, Saturday, Thursday, Sunday. And if you're not bolstering your squad to the, I think, going to the lengths that you need to go to bolster your squad, we saw it, like you said, Newcastle really struggled, and I think Aston Villa will come across that problem. And the Europa League is a tough competition to play in. There's some really good teams in that competition. There is the caveat that you would look at this Aston Villa squad and say they're probably one of the favourites to go quite far and win the Europa League. So, yeah, I think it's for Aston Villa, it's where they want to put their priorities. Do they want to focus on getting the Europa League? That gets them back into the Champions League, or try and get into that top four, which I think will be even tougher this year.
Mm-hmm. Clinton, who is going to be the game changer in this match between Newcastle and Aston Villa? I love that you're still standing up. Gonna stay there?
Honestly, them two teams, right? I don't even think they look exciting enough for me to even watch. You know, sincerity, especially looking at the players that, especially not. Oh, you know what? I just thought about a player.
Can I guess?
Guess, please. Go on.
Tell me which team that they're on, at least.
Aston Villa.
And it's not Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, he is actually.
Oh.
Welcome back to the room.
No, I mean, he. Of course, there was. I think there was rumors he was going to. He was actually.
There's been some rumours this summer of his exit.
Yeah, before even we got Shevchenko, I think.
I mean,
he was one of the guys who considered.
The rumours for the last couple of summers as well.
Yeah, yeah. But Watkins is one of those strikers that I still wouldn't consider him, the world class, strikers like maybe the Isak or the Haaland, the Šeško, the Gyökeres, and the rest of them. Gyökeres and Šeško, they are not proven. No, wait.
He was locking him in as if we would have noticed.
Get out of here, man. No, but listen.
It's not because he's going to be wearing a Man United shirt this season.
No, listen, Šeško and Gyökeres, I'm saying it now.
We've gone all the way back.
Yeah, sorry, we've actually gone again, Sara, sorry. But I still don't rate them just yet. Yeah, I would rate them maybe after the season playing in the Premier League, because we know how it is. A complete striker is the one who goes to any league and performs, and that's one of the reasons why I kept on screaming that I wanted to see Victor Osimhen come in here, because of course Victor Osimhen we would all say he's one of the top strikers in the world, but there are also people who would say, listen, until you come to the Premier League, prove how good you are. That's the point where we can say, yeah, you've definitely conquered, right? But if you've gone to all these other leagues that people would not really consider the top four, the top fives, your superstarship of being that really good striker only ends in those corners where you've performed. But if you've not gone to the Premier League, people don't rate you as such, So Šeško and Gyökeres, right now, I'll tell you that I even rate Ollie Watkins over the both of them, because Ollie Watkins, he's made his name from the Premier League. He's proven that, yes, he's fit enough to play in this league, to score goals, and still be that man for a team. So in that Aston Villa team, or even from this match, he's the one that I believe might end up standing out. Because which other players would you tell me people would watch and be like, I'm expecting you to do some kind of magic from this, game?
Bruno Guimaraes.
But again, he's just a player in the Premier League.
He's just a player in the Premier League.
He's just a player. Maybe I might.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm correct, my lord.
Yeah. Anthony Elanga, I think, is one of the additions at Newcastle I'm excited to see.
Not a bad one, actually, to be
really
honest.
Impressed with him at Forest.
Yeah.
And United quickly saw why they shouldn't have got rid of him.
Yeah, so many players Man United would say the same to you.
Yeah. But I think this was almost the case of they sold him because they didn't think he was good enough.
Yeah.
Whereas these players have been performing badly, but Elanga has been fantastic for Forest.
This is the point. This is the point where I really so wish that we still had our former right back, the Spider.
Wan-Bissaka?
Wan-Bissaka, that's the one. I just speaking about what he did in that right back, I've always compared him to the like of Jules Koundé and the rest of them. I feel like
shockingly.
No, for real. Listen. There are really good. I just maybe if they made me a guy who goes looking for players, like the scouts, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I would do an excellent job. I know players, trust me. And Wan-Bissaka,
get him out there.
I feel so sad he went to West Ham.
Are you changing professions? Because last season you wanted to be a footballer.
No, I'm past the age now, you see. So,
retired
I think, no, I mean, but
Listen,
then again,
boss, I found this really good player.
I mean, the guy.
He's a little bit old.
I know. I mean, I'm older than the guy coaching Brighton. Come on, man. Like, listen, I should. I know.
How old is Fabian Hurtler?
I think he's about 32 now, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's younger than Clinton. That's how old he is.
Yeah, that's all we need to know.
But Yeah, I wish we still had Bissaka in this current Manchester United team. You know, just imagine him on that right position and imagine Mbeumo was literally playing from that same right, or he was whatever. But the attacking...
Euro, not bad though. One to watch this season.
Huh?
Lenny Euro, one to watch this season though for you.
Listen, Lenny Euro is a good player, right? He's maybe one of the guys in that Man U squad that's given some kind of glimpse of hope. But I still don't put him up there as our biggest problem is going to be still be defense. I'm not saying he's not. Especially what we saw in the club friendlies and stuff, right? We saw some kind of brightness, especially from that Lenny Euro. Even Harry Maguire, so you're not even going to deny it. There are some points where Harry Maguire has played as if he played for Real Madrid at some point, but then again, he would do that one mistake that erases everything he's done the whole season, right? That's his major problem. But listen,
I think it's De Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, that you've got to worry about as well.
Yeah, I mean, especially for Martinez now, injuries. You know, when my biggest problem with a lot of players is the moment the injuries start coming. Fact is, sometimes that's literally how your career ends. That's what I was saying about Ida Militao as well. You know, when we were speaking about Real Madrid yesterday, I just know that the game starts, everyone becomes serious. Maybe, who knows, one month in, they are going for a whole full season worth of injury again. These are the issues, right? And when teams are signing players, there's nothing as beautiful as looking at this kind of players who are prone to injuries and the ones who you remember when I was speaking about how you find who a great player is for me? You know, when I was saying if I want to rate you as a player, I'm looking at how you play and being able to avoid injuries. There are players who have played football, Ronaldo, Messi. Why are they seen as goats today? It's because they played all this amount of games, scored the amount of goals, but how many times were they out of the game? Is it that they have some kind of supernatural power? No, it's because they understand what it means playing beautiful football and also knowing how to keep themselves fit. They do the physical aspects, especially Ronaldo, from him, their nutrition. They spend a lot of money on this stuff, but eventually they still play that same game. They don't get injured. How? You know.
All right, well, back to Aston Villa and Newcastle. Ollie Watkins to score any time in this one. Clinton's pick, 2.35 at SportyBet. Let's look to another team, though, that is facing injuries already in the Prem. Tottenham Hotspur taking on Burnley, and that match is available to you on Sporty TV. Alex, Spurs already heading into an injury-prone season with James Maddison picking up that ACL, looking to be out for most of the season. Kulusevski as well, looking to miss the beginning of this season. Now, Thomas Frank has come out and said, we need a number 10. We need someone to replace Maddison. Obviously, the rumors of Eberechi Eze have been ongoing, but I'd like to ask all of you if there's someone that you think that if the Eze deal falls through, is there a number 10 that Tottenham should maybe look at to sign?
It's a good question. I think, like you said, I think Eze should be the priority. I think I know Arsenal have been linked with him, but they signed Noni Madueke for 50 million. So they're, I think, looking to cobble together some funds for the Eze deal. Spurs have been quite sensible this summer. I think I like the signings that they've made. I think João Palhinha is going to be a good addition to that squad. Yes, they've lost Son. You said Maddison out for a while. Kulusevski is going to miss some games. I think Thomas Frank will go about this in a way that's pragmatic. He's not going to be silly. He's not going to... I know it's Daniel Levy that's the one making the decisions, but they're not going to sign someone for 50, 60 million for the sake of signing someone just to fill a gap, because those are when you make those mistakes. I think when you look at the options on the market in that position for Spurs, it's a difficult one. I think...
Can I throw out a name?
Go for it.
Nico Path from Como.
Would he want you, though?
My only worry with Nico Path is
the Premier League.
physicality. I think
could be
the step up from playing in Italian football. He's played in La Liga a little bit. He's played in the Champions League. But I think the Premier League is a different beast when it comes to speed and physicality as well. And he is a brilliant player. He's got that technical ability. There's a reason why Real Madrid have got that buyback clause, and there's a reason why Como have not shaped their project around him, but he is one of the key figures in that team. But I think when you look at what Eze brings to a side like Tottenham, he's got the Premier League experience. You know he can perform.
I'm more so saying if the Eze deal falls through. Like Morgan Gibbs-White.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been the perfect deal.
Yep.
Morgan Gibbs-White is the sort of player that you want in your squad. And I think when you lose a player like James Maddison, who's become a little bit injury prone, he was injured for last season for large parts as well. I just think if you can't get the Eze deal through, it's difficult. They do need a number 10 though, and I think I would be worried if they can't get that as a deal through.
Well, earlier today as well, Man City blocked or rather rejected the bid of 70 million euros for Shantelle Nouha. City desperate to get rid of Shantelle. Spurs desperate for him, but it doesn't seem like they can come to an agreement. City allegedly wants 67 million pounds for Shantelle. Do you think Spurs are going to be able to get the young Brazilian? Also, do we all think it's a little bit weird that Shantelle is leaving City?
Yeah.
It feels strange.
He's an absolute weapon, and it's very strange that after one season.
Maybe it wasn't his best season.
I wouldn't really say.
There's potential there.
Listen, maybe because of how we saw the performances of City this last season, we tend to forget the caliber of players that City are used to. Yeah, and when you look at Shantelle, don't get me wrong, Brazilian, fast, skillful, probably have so many female fans, for Manchester City, and probably boost their ticket sales. Who knows? I mean, sorry, what was that?
Yeah, sure.
Daydreaming.
All female fans.
No, I mean, sometimes this club, they sign, they look at the looks of these players too, because if you go to Real Madrid, there are women who go there, they don't know names of players, but they just go for Jude Bellingham. They say this is the reason why I bought tickets. Oh, you don't know that's another part of the business. And we'll come to that later on, but not now, right? Now, Shantelle, I feel like this last season, he's not really, he's a good player. But I don't think he's given that City level of performance. Does that make sense? So when you look at the like of Mahrez from when he was at City, he plays a game, when he's leaving, when they're about to sub him. My man has just destroyed a couple of defenders before he's left, right? I don't know if what is happening with the likes of Shantelle is the Pep Guardiola effect of just pass. I don't know if you understand. Like, what? There's no freedom to actually express themselves. Does that make sense? And now, when they are not able to express themselves, they start looking down on them to make them feel like, hang on, we don't think you are the guy. Especially if they've seen a City where you've had a Mahrez. And when you look at Mahrez, I can't lie to you, Mahrez is a very stubborn footballer. He looks like the kind of person you say, yo, listen, release the ball. My man will still do 1 or 2 leg overs and get you out before he passes the ball. Like, these are... And this is what I don't enjoy about football these days, where people are trying to coerce players into playing games that this is not who they are naturally. Shantelle is a brilliant... I remember the first game he played for City. I don't know if it was on the SportyShow. I came and the way I was speaking for him, I was saying that, listen, any team facing City, you're dead. But I didn't see all that hype. What I knew I was expecting from Shantelle, I didn't see it. Now, the question is, are we to blame the player or are we to blame the system of football that they are coaxing to playing? Now he's about to leave the club. Why? After his season. He shouldn't be, considering the kind of talent that he is.
I think also in this day and age, when you have a player that you're not 100% set on and you can get 70 million for him, you sell him. Because next year, the next best thing will come along and you want to spend 80, 90 million on. And you've seen the likes of Aston Villa and Newcastle selling players, spending big as well. Liverpool spending loads of money this summer. The financial restrictions in the Premier League have become tighter. So you have to sometimes take those risks or willing to sacrifice those players. I think one of the ones for Chelsea I look at is Conor Gallagher. Probably wouldn't have wanted to sell him. I think he still could have done a job for Chelsea. But you're getting 40 million, that's pure profit. For City as well, they're selling him 70 million. They can use that to the next best thing in the future.
But do you think Shantelle at this point in his career is worth 70 million?
Do we think any of these football players are like... this is a different day and age, my friend.
Fair enough.
Nouha, do you see Shantelle being a Spurs player? Do you see him fitting under Thomas Frank there? Or do you think he has potential to go somewhere else?
If they have the money, they should definitely get him. I feel like that's a steal for the... We're talking about the Spurs, obviously. Do I think he's worth the money? No. Do I think the Spurs can put that much money on a player like him? Absolutely. I feel like he would be an amazing addition, but will they be willing to? It is a lot of money, especially for the Spurs this season.
All right. Well, Alex, you said something interesting yesterday about the centre backs at your club, Chelsea. Chelsea in action against Crystal Palace. And Enzo Maresca happens to agree with you. Take a look at what he had to say.
We are trying to find solution internally, but the club know exactly what I think, and we'll see what's happening.
What do you think?
I think we need a central defender, but we'll see. Also, we are looking for internally solution. But as I said, the club knows exactly what I think.
All right, Alex, in a perfect world, who's an ideal centre back that Chelsea should target? A realistic.
Yeah.
Not a let's go get William Saliba and have
Why
fun. A realistic centre back.
No, I think, first of all, I fully agree with what Enzo Maresca said. I think the centre-backs that we have, that Chelsea have at their disposal, Axel Disasi is not good enough, Badia Shield's not good enough, Tosin Odorobioyo is not good enough, Levi Colwill injured, and I'm not really entirely convinced by him. Jarell Hatto, young, unproven, not going to be your starting centre-back all season. And I think when you look at the market at the moment, it's difficult because the established centre-backs, like you said, you're not going to get a Gabriel or a Saliba. You're not going to get a Canate or a Van Dijk. No one's going to sell their best centre-backs to a rival Premier League side. You look at some of the Spanish teams, I don't see any centre-backs that are coming through that are playing at the top of their level that are maybe young enough to be willing to put that investment in. You look at some of the centre-backs in La Liga that performed well last season. I think Danny Vivian for Athletic Club. I don't think Chelsea are going to go for that sort of player. You look at Atletico Madrid, Clement Lenglet, he's not on the right side of 25. He's pushing towards the 30s. And I think when you look at the other players in that squad, Jose Maria Jimenez, I don't think he's the player that you want.
Chelsea fans are actually ingrates, But continue.
Chelsea fans are?
Ingrates.
What does that mean?
You guys are ungrateful, man. Like the way you're trashing your defenders. Like these guys literally just won you Conference League. They won you Club World Cup. Like what? Listen, if I was a Chelsea player and I hear you speak.
But that is the... I'm sorry to say it, you win it, but you have to continue improving. You can't get stuck in that.
No, but listen, Alex.
The players that they have, they're not good enough to win a title.
This is my problem with British people, yeah? Listen, how...
Chelsea fans, British people.
Wait. No, hold on. Because sometimes I imagine being a player. Let's imagine I was Tosin, or I was Badia Shield, or I was Levi Colwill, one of these players. I've put in myself, I've put in my life. Yeah? We faced even a PSG, who right now they are the champions of Europe. Like, PSG, they were the highlights of last season, right? They beat PSG. I mean, you're not going to say now the roots, they played the PSG, they won. Mind you, they didn't just play an ordinary PSG. They played a PSG with one of the craziest attacks that we saw last season. Yeah? These same defenders, as you just mentioned, even the Robert Sanchez, that even Chelsea fans say, this guy is a rubbish goalkeeper. My man won. My man won the Golden Glove. My man was so good for me. So my question is, you as Chelsea fans, yeah, sometimes why can't you not just be like, okay, hang on, maybe at this point, what we need is we need squad depth. We're not trying to say the guys we have, they're not doing their best. They're not good enough because we can clearly see that they've given us at least some really good trophies. Okay, maybe not the conference one. But at least the Club World Cup was massive for Chelsea. No, hang on. And then these guys also went forward to finishing fourth in the Premier League. And the same Chelsea fans will come and be like, oh yeah, this one is not good enough. This one is not good enough. You should be saying, hang on, yeah. Listen, we have talents that could improve. However, maybe we need some kind of squad depth in situations where there's any kind of injury. But that one is what do you mean?
Is there
that's the big word. Could improve.
No, but
if you're building,
I can call you other defenders in teams that you would think are so solid, but I can tell you they can also still improve.
But if Chelsea had, let's say, the pairing of William Saliba and Gabi Magalhaes, would they be finishing maybe second or first in the Prem? Would they be competing in Champions League?
We speak about this other defender that you just mentioned as if people don't run past them, as if people don't score them. Yeah? Sometimes it's not even just about this defense. Sometimes it's even about the people in front of you. It's about the defensive midfielder. It's about even your wingers, whether they're coming back or not. It's not just about these two pairs and how football is not just a two-person affair. I've seen people run past Virgil van Dijk.
But the rest of Chelsea is solidified.
Yeah. Let me ask you this simple question.
Yes.
You created a football club and you are building a title-winning team. And you've said to me as your head scout, I want you to find me a goalkeeper and 4 centre-backs. And I come back to you with Robert Sanchez, Levi Colwill, Badia Shield, Tosin Odorobioyo. What are you going to say to me?
Let me twist this question again quickly.
Ooh.
Now imagine you've never watched football in your life. Okay. Turn on your TV and you see PSG versus Chelsea.
Yes.
And you go look at the results and you see a 3-0. and Chelsea goes to the trophy, and somebody comes to you and say, Alex, listen, we're building a team. We need the best of the best. Remember you've not watched any game. Who are you going to choose as a goalkeeper at that point?
I would say, in that point, I want to watch more games. I wouldn't pick a team or a player off one game.
You just said you want to make a trophy-winning team, and this team literally just won 2 trophies this season.
Are you trying to tell me that Tosin Adorabioyo, Axel Disasi, and Benoit Badiashile are good enough centre-backs to win you a Premier League?
All I'm saying is, if we go into all Chelsea centre-backs, including Chalobah, right? All of these people, they might not be world-class, but the fact that they were good enough to bring trophies, I think you Chelsea fans, you owe them some kind of at least appraisal to say, yo, listen.
But you're not taking that away from
No, you didn't hear what Alex was doing. No, stop it.
He says to improve on what already happened.
No. Let me tell you, no. Shantelle, stop it. I know you've been trying to be British, but wait, yeah. Let me say it. No, hold on. Let me say the way he said it. You're gonna think about that one. No, hold on. But this is what Alex said. Badiashile is not good enough. This one is not good enough. That one is not good enough.
No, but if they want to win the Prem, the title, they have to get persons who are actually up there. Yes, I understand they won the Club World Cup and the Conference League, But when you have all of these squads making that reinforcement, you need a solid back line. And I think that's what Alex is saying.
They're not good enough to win a Premier League or a Champions League.
So okay, hold on. Let me now try again. No, hold on. Sarah, listen to this. Sarah, just listen to this. He said, because he was now comparing the pairs in the Premier League. Now, you just mentioned, are you going to compare it to Saliba and Gabriel? Yo, Saliba and Gabriel, how many trophies do they have?
None.
No, Sarah, continue. End with them, man.
They are miles ahead.
Where is the trophy? Bro? Tell me about the trophy.
Trophies with 2 centre-backs. You win it with a team.
That's exactly what I just... No, look at what Alex just said. You win it with the whole team. I said
that's
to you.
That's what I mean. If you put those 2 centre-backs, Gabriel and Saliba, in a team that have good strikers, good wingers, a better midfield, you're going to win a title. Arsenal don't have good wingers, good strikers, a good midfield.
No, but this is what you're going to have in teams, though. I mean, how many teams do you... Okay, maybe a Barcelona, for example. Even a PSG that it felt like they had everything to perfection. We're speaking about both a right back, a left back, even their centre-backs. We talk about their attack. Chelsea still beat them. What was going on with their defence? That's the question. All I'm trying to say is, in every team, it can never be perfect. But you're not going to sit down here, trash your Chelsea defenders who were able to go get you a... Bro, they beat you. Okay, hold on. No. What you did here was you trashed
them. But we need to improve. They won us those trophies.
On a good day, Sarah.
But they're not good enough to win the Premier League.
On a good day, if we were going head-to-head, before that Chelsea versus PSG game, I'm sure every single defense, maybe a Kukurea, would have made it to, a best 11. But I'm sure everything would have gone to PSG. Right? In terms of the best defenders for both teams, PSG and Chelsea.
I think I'm still picking the PSG defenders.
Well, exactly.
Besides Kukurea.
No. That's why I just said. I said Kukurea is the only person that would probably...
Yeah, but I still would, even though Chelsea beat them.
But that's what I'm trying to explain, that...
I think the point that Alex is making is that the rest of Chelsea, when you look at some of the players that they... Okay, Chelsea's midfield right now, undeniable. They're fantastic.
Wicked.
Up front... Now they have the likes of João Pedro. They have Estevao, lots of pressure on him, but they have him Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer. Okay, so midfield going forward, they're solid. And they have substitutions for their starting players.
Yeah.
So that now leaves their weakest...
Sorted,
fine. If Reece James finishes the season without an injury and Cuckoo, fine. Yeah. So you have 2 centre-backs and you have a keeper. That's the thing, is that you're trying to make the best team possible, and right now that's Chelsea's biggest weakness. Alex isn't necessarily saying, or maybe you are, that these are bad players. But when you look at the rest of Chelsea is good.
I think for me, I feel like you guys, maybe because of what we've seen with Chelsea in a couple of seasons here, we still use the level of, or the quality of performance to rate what we see with Chelsea. I give an example. If I mention the name Robert Sanchez to you right now, Alex, or the first thing I'm sure goes to your brain is all the errors. You're not even going to look at him as a goalkeeper who has a golden glove. You're not going to look at him like somebody who just won the club. In fact, the same thing you would say with Onana. If I mention an Onana to a Manchester United fan,
but that is the sign of a bad goalkeeper.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. The moment Robert Sanchez was given the golden glove, or the moment you discover that your Chelsea has just won the Club World Cup, yeah, what should be going through your mind?
That doesn't erase all the errors he's made, though.
No, but he's just
that doesn't suddenly make him Thibaut Courtois.
No, even the Thibaut Courtois you're mentioning, my man didn't have any trophy the whole season.
The point I'm making is, categorically, out of those 5 centre-backs, Chalobah, Colwill, Badiashile, Tosin, and Axel Disasi, I'm maybe keeping one. And that's Levi Colwill, and he's injured.
For me, listen, I'll mention 3 there that I believe are manageable. And when I say manageable, if you had maybe signed one very good one, I think these are very good substitutes for. Listen, no, you're not understanding. I knew you were going to say that. Hold on, listen. I'm saying, assuming you sign somebody or, some kind of world-class defender that you could go head-to-head with the likes of maybe a Virgil van Dijk or even a Rudiger or something, not even a Rudiger right now, but, somebody who's up there. I'm saying that for what Chelsea have, these people you just mentioned, they are not really as bad. I've only just seen Chelsea defenders who sometimes have bad games. Look at Chalobah. Chalobah left Crystal. He went to Crystal Palace. He became a monster. He came back to Chelsea. People were saying, "Oh, you have come back to Chelsea to become, the average." But has it really been bad? For me, it's not really been that bad. I've seen Tosin. I mean, Tosin had a game recently where even the Cole Palmer he won the man of the match. I'm speaking about a Tosin. So it means that there is actually something in these players that a Chelsea fan like Alex. That's the reason why I use the word ingrate or, ungrateful or whatever it is here. But these guys, they have something. They know, the fact that they are still delivering you, they are giving you wins, they are playing good football currently. Come on, cut me all of this.
What about the likes of a Mark Gay?
Yes.
Speaking about Crystal Palace looking to lose potentially 2 of their starters.
I think I would take Mark Gahey over all of those centre-backs.
Jason Murillo, Nottingham Forest.
I'd take him over Badiashile and Disasi and probably Chalobah.
Thomas Araujo, Benfica. I came with a little bit of a list.
Still take him over Badiashile and maybe Disasi.
Okay. Well, Mark Gahey is linked to
Yeah,
Chelsea,
I think Mark Gahey out of all because the centre-back market at the moment, being realistic, like I said, you're not going to sell in Gabriel, Saliba, Canate, Van Dijk, Militao, any Real Madrid player, any Barcelona player. Atletico Madrid, I don't think their centre-backs are good enough to fork out lots of money for. You look at Mark Gahey, the market at the moment, he's the centre-back that stands out the most. He's linked as well. You could probably get him for 60, 50, 60, 70 million. I think he would be a worthwhile investment. He's got the Premier League experience. He's shown that he can perform at the top level. I think he did well for England in the opportunities that he's been given. I think if you're Chelsea, you have to look at Mark Gahey as a real option.
All right, well, Chelsea in action against Crystal Palace. We'll see how that all works out. Brighton also in action. Actually, the manager that is, in fact, younger than KlintonCod. And all the talk about Brighton is surrounding Carlos Baleba and whether or not he will be staying at Brighton. But this is what Fabian Herzler had to say regarding the young man.
A little bit of housekeeping. There's been a bit of noise about Carlos Baleba and his future at the club. From what you know, how confident are you that he will be a Brighton player come the end of the window?
Very, very, very confident.
And as a Manchester United fan, how are you feeling about that? Because he is obviously linked to Manchester United with the likes of Garnacho heading out. But Fabian Herzler is saying he's not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, I was looking at Fabrizio's Twitter earlier today, and, he would always tweet the way you would hear him talk. Player is keen and they're still in talks and all this. And that's something I'm warning all of these football journalists that give all this news. Man, you guys need to switch things up, man. Like, y'all need to start typing things differently. Player is keen on joining the club. Player now spending time with his family. Bro, do you think who told you I need to know if he's spending time with his family in some beach, man? Yeah, chill. Tell me if he's going to the club or he's not going. But anyway, speaking about Baleba, I was looking at Fabrizio's page and he was saying that the player actually wants to go to Manchester United. He's keen on being at the club. And then you hear the coach coming to say, I'm sure he's going
Shantelle, why are you smirking?
Because he basically just repeated what he said that they should stop doing.
No.
Keen on.
No, I just repeated what I saw on his page. I repeated what I saw on his page. Baleba joining Manchester United would be one of the biggest news. Literally, I think that's one thing that will keep me glued to United, and I want to see how all of these players will come together and give us that dream United that we used to know before. When you look at what we've gone with, somebody said to me, this was a friend of mine in England, he said, could you ever imagine going from a Cristiano Ronaldo to a Højlund? When you actually think when you think about that stuff, it will make it will show you how bad United has come, and somebody has to reinstate that God-level club that it used to be. And I think, first of all, they've done incredible signings so far. And Baleba coming onto that midfield to join this United, I might not end up watching any Real Madrid game again. It will now be proper full-time United because, see, this season we are going to cook, proper cook.
All right, well, we'll have to keep our eyes on Carlos Baleba. Brighton in action against Fulham.
That's a bold declaration,
I mean, to be honest, I'll still watch Real Madrid, man. I love my Real. I want to see Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe! Oh, my. No, listen. Wait, are we speaking about Real Madrid at some point?
We're getting there.
Okay, good. All right, let's wait.
Actually, not so much today. A little bit.
All
right. Brighton in action against Fulham. Brighton the favourites at SportyBet 1.97. Fulham 3.94. Also in action this weekend, Sunderland and the City of Lights back in the Premier League taking on West Ham. Nottingham Forest against Brentford. Leeds against Everton. But let's really quickly wrap up the Prem with Wolves taking on Manchester City and the saga of Gianluigi Donnarumma. Enzo Raiola has said that the only way is the Prem and that the Italian keeper is only focusing on teams in the Prem. Nouha, okay, go for it. You already had a reaction.
I mean, the only way. That's not what he said before. Obviously, when PSG said they didn't want Donnarumma anymore, Donnarumma came out and said, I was going to put my entire life for PSG, and now they're changing their speech again, which I understand. I mean, he needs to go to a club at a certain point. Now, I don't know. I wish him the best. Obviously, I am biased, and obviously, I am sad to let him go in such a manner. Like I said yesterday, I'm not sure about what Lucas Chevalier is going to do in such a short time, just because he's young. He's unexperienced when it comes to European nights. He didn't actually watch him during the Olympics. Phenomenal. But I just don't know. Donnarumma is Donnarumma, and hear me out. Donnarumma wasn't the guy that we saw during this Champions League. He used to make so many mistakes. He was the Onana of PSG. We used to hate him at some point.
But you guys never won a Champions League until he was part of your team.
For sure, but then we actually missed a couple of Champions League finals, semifinals because of mistakes he made also. So he's like our kid. We watched him grow, and now we watch him leave, and it's heartbreaking that he leaves in such manner. But obviously, wish him the best. Premier League is obviously any player would want to go there, especially a player who played in this area and now is playing in Ligue 1. Any player who plays in Ligue 1, if they got a way out to Premier League, they would say yes in a heartbeat, even if you're a PSG player. So very happy for him if it ever goes through.
Alex, do you think that he will end up at Manchester City?
I think it's the most likely destination. I think when you look at the other clubs that are looking for a goalkeeper, look on the market, Manchester United. I think if he was to have the choice over the two Manchester clubs, he would go to City. Chelsea. Why? Champions League football. That's a team. Yeah, I think when you look at Donnarumma, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. He's one of the best in the world. We talked about this yesterday. I think, and this is not going to happen in any stretch of my imagination. If I was Todd Bowley, I'd go hell for leather to try and sign Gianluigi Donnarumma as a goalkeeper. If you're Man City, you're trying to bring in Donnarumma because looking like Ederson is on his way out of the club, if not this season, next season. And I think Donnarumma would be a fantastic addition. I know we said this yesterday, but for me, it's just bonkers that he wins the Champions League with PSG. He's one of their best players, one of their most important players, and he leaves like this.
I agree. We will see what happens with Donnarumma, but like I mentioned, Man City in action against Wolves, a team that we all think might be facing or struggling with relegation this season, hence why the odds at SportyBet are so in favor of Manchester City. Wolves at home, 6.85 at the Molineux. Manchester City. 1.48. All right, now, Premier League is not the only league that's back. La Liga is back as well, as I mentioned at the top of the show. Girona in action tonight against Rayo Vallecano and Villarreal against Real Oviedo. Now, Clinton, the reason why I said we won't be talking too much about Real Madrid is because the way La Liga has been set up, Real Madrid don't play until Tuesday against Osasuna. And you'll be there, though.
Absolutely.
So we have Monday, we have Tuesday.
Yeah. No.
So we have some time.
100%.
So we do. But
So
there,
let's go back to Chelsea.
we're actually going to head all the way to San Mosh because Mallorca are welcoming Barcelona for the first match of their La Liga season, Alex. And Mallorca have lost 14 of their last 15 matches against Barcelona in La Liga. Anything's possible. First match of the season. Do you think?
No.
Okay.
Do I
That's
think
all,
they're gonna-
folks.
do I
We're
think-
going home.
I assume the question was going to be, do I think they can pull off a result? No. I think Barcelona will hit the ground running. I think the players that they've got, be interesting to see if Rashford gets a start. I don't think he will. But if he comes off the bench, it'll be interesting to see how he does in his first competitive game with Barcelona and Hansi Flick. Mallorca...
They lost Copete, they lost Navarro.
I think they might struggle as well this season. I think they showed last season they started really well, and I think they fell off a little bit, and we saw the inconsistency in their performances, I think, at certain points. And yes, it's at the San Mosh. I think the home crowd will be backing them, but I just think Barcelona will be too good, and we know it's the stereotypical thing to say about German managers, but their teams are well drilled. Barcelona are well drilled, and they're not going to be making any mistakes. And I think it's going to be a routine win for La Blaugrana.
Olmo and Lewandowski likely to miss this one due to injury, and they're still struggling to register some of their players, Rashford including Marc Bernal. But Clinton, even with the likes of those players missing, I think starting lineup, they're looking to register Joan Garcia, their new keeper, as the priority because he will be the starter over Szczesny. But it looks like, if I were to say the starting lineup for Barca, Joan Garcia, Balde, Araujo, Pau Cubarsí Koundé, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Fermin Lopez, Rafinha, Ferran Torres, and Lamine Yamal. Think it's enough to get the job done?
Not bad.
Sorry, I just know everyone's talking about the registered players, and I'm like, don't hate the starting lineup.
To be honest, I think you could literally send 3 players out from that team and they will still win.
Are they good enough for you, Clinton?
No, definitely, 100%. I mean, I would always speak about, Barcelona. They are currently, say, top 3 teams in the world now. And
Behind?
right now, right now it's literally PSG, Chelsea, and Barcelona.
Really?
Of course. Which tell me? Which
Liverpool?
other teams are better than
Liverpool?
the 3 of them? I don't rate Liverpool as such. Sorry.
Oh, here we go again. How can you win the hardest league, Prem, and they don't get into the top 3?
Clinton went like this. Come, and you bit it right off.
Yeah, that was a rage bait, sorry.
No, listen, Barcelona, they are one of those teams I'm so wanting to watch in proper conversations. When we watch the friendlies, you almost know that, they're going to win, but they're not going to take the game as serious. You see Lamine Yamal, by the way, Lamine Yamal is still sending people to South Korea, man. Jesus, bro. I don't know. You know the stuff he does? When he takes the ball and then he cuts it and then the player just continues flying out.
Rumor has it DeMarco is still...
Is it still? No, because he already sent another guy. No, he sent somebody to go check out.
So bad.
No, but I think that Barcelona, sorry, they already have their 3 points already in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Sincerity.
Could Lamine Yamal win the Ballon d'Or next season?
I don't think so,
Okay.
I still feel like they're still going to continue with that same whole, he's still young, he still needs time in blah, 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 irrespective of, unless he does that kind of stats that nobody beats.
Mm-hmm. Unless he wins the World Cup with Spain, and it's absolutely inevitable.
No, listen. You guys know how much of a fan I am of this young lad. Forget about Barcelona as a team. You just need to see the kind of talent this guy has, right? I just hope that this season, what we will see is, them winning really important trophies, him getting the same start that he had last season, obviously the goals, the assists, all of this stuff that's made him the Lamine Yamal, including the skills, the dribbles, the, taking on players. These are the things that's made his name. And then obviously the attitude, the behavior, him being a child. that's very intriguing for a whole bunch of us. If he does it again, I still know it's still going to be a problem. Yeah, they might not really give it to him. Like I said, unless he does what nobody else does. This season, the reason why we still have this argument is, Barcelona won the La Liga, but then which other trophies did they win?
Copa del Rey.
You know, yeah, but Copa, Sara.
Super Cup.
I mean, a lot of people don't. Copa del Rey is there, but
Still important.
Trophies are important. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's still the
There
Copa
is
del Rey.
that asterisk that they didn't win the Champions League.
No, Champions League is very
And
important.
Euros.
No, Champions League is very.
Barcelona.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about
Lamine
Lamine
Yamal, I
Yamal.
was going to say.
No. See, for me, listen, Champions League is very, very important because I think that's the highest, competition in Europe, right? And for you to be a Ballon d'Or winner, there are situations in the past where people have won Ballon d'Or without having. But from what the football is currently, how it's been, or how we judge it, or how we tend to see it, I think it's part of the criteria. You have to have the Champions League, you have to have the goals, you have to have the assists, you have to have your own league, you have to have, even additional trophies like you mentioned, the Copa del Rey if it's in England, maybe the FA Cup, like all of these parameters. This is what qualifies you. Now, Lamine Yamal winning it at this age, especially knowing that he's just had his first year of brilliance. Now, if he's going into the second year of having exactly the same brilliance and nobody's able to beat whatever he's going to present towards this season, I see no reason why he shouldn't. But I still know the politics is also still going to come in play, where they would expect him to do it maybe a couple of more times. He's grown up a bit, and then who knows?
Who's winning it this year?
This year, left to me, he's part of.
Who's your pick?
Unfortunately, I will have to give it to Dembele at this point, right?
He's your pick, and who you think will win it?
Dembele is my pick. Dembele will win it.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what I think.
Okay.
Or Hakimi may win it.
Hakimi.
Hakimi's got a couple other things he should be working on. Who do you think should win it?
Sara, man.
Nope.
Sara, man. It's the fact that you said it that you just moved on quick.
Yep.
As if
Alex, who do you think will win it? Who do you think is going? Yes. How did you phrase it?
Who are you picking and who is winning it? I think Ousmane Dembele will win it. Just if I was picking, because I can, I'd pick Rafinha.
Okay.
Tell me why you would pick Rafinha. Sorry,
Right.
Sorry.
I know.
No, that came
I'm
from
going
nowhere.
to sit down.
He was a joy to watch.
How was he? He wasn't actually a joy to watch.
Well, for me...
No, he wasn't a joy to watch.
On this ballot paper, it says Alex Ashmore, not Clinton.
No, I know, but you can't be lying on live TV, man. Stop
I'm
it.
not lying.
You are lying.
This is what I believe.
A joy to watch.
He was a joy to
definition
watch.
of joy to watch is Lamine Yamal. But
He scored, I think, over 30 goals across all competitions. He had over 20 assists across all competitions. He was one of the most influential players in that Barcelona team. You take him out and they go down a peg or two. He is, for me, this last season has been, I think, the best player in the world.
So you think Rafinha worked harder than Pedri in that Barcelona team?
I'm not talking about working hard.
No, sorry, but if we're talking about hard workers, Rafinha is one of the hardest working footballers.
I didn't say he wasn't. I'm saying I was just putting, understand when I say hard work, right? We're speaking about players who push a team to a victory.
That is Rafinha. That's exactly what he did. He also tracked back. He's the definition of a winger. He was back there helping Balde defend.
Listen,
he runs more than anyone else on the pitch.
You guys understand me again. Yeah.
You don't like him because of what happened in the Brazil thing. And I know. And you don't have to like him. And you don't have to like him. That's okay. But I know where this is coming from.
No, Sara.
Got mad when he was at Brazil.
But I feel like
mad about it.
Listen. If you are going to put Rafinha there, then you may as well put a Mo Salah there too. Because for real though. What do you mean? Oh my God. Oh no. Wait, hold on, Liverpool fan. You don't think if they are mentioning Rafinha, Mo Salah should not be mentioned because both of them pretty much did the same. No, for real.
Rafinha, they both won their leagues. Rafinha went further in the Champions League.
Scored the most goals in the Champions League.
But when has going further in the Champions League become a criteria for Christ's sake?
Wait.
We don't have
to talk about going far, but he has the most goals in the Champions League last season. As an individual, you can take that as a stat.
I don't think he had the most. Did he get the most goals? I thought it was Guirassy.
No.
Was it not Guirassy?
Rafinha.
He got one more than Guirassy.
And if you're measuring it equally the same, if I give you two players that have done the exact same, and one of them's got further in the Champions League, that means they've had a better season.
That's your business, though, because I think
happening?
because I think they've had a better season, for your because I think having a better season is so club. How would I say it's very subjective?
But that is also part of it.
No, because everybody thought that Real Madrid didn't have a bad season, but you then say that
for Real Madrid standards, they had an average season.
No, not an average season. They had a bad season.
Yeah.
They had a bad season. Why? I mean, they were second.
Yes, they won the UEFA Super Cup.
No, but they were second in the league. Yeah? And then you came here earlier to say Arsenal did well in their own league. So why would Arsenal do well? Like you say Real Madrid had a bad season.
That's what I'm saying. I think Real Madrid, it's fair to say they had a bad season last season. I think
and mind you, the bad season they had was because Barcelona trashed them 4 times.
But also, I think when you look at Arsenal, I don't think they had a good season. I think they were better than they were the season before, but still, when you measure it, they didn't win any trophies. And for a club like Arsenal, with the way that they've built this squad, the time that Arteta has had, he should have won some trophies by now.
So you see, now you've just mentioned trophies. Now, speaking about these players that we are saying should be winning Ballon d'Or, right?
Rafinha,
Because I feel like you've just shifted the goalposts. You've gone from they didn't win trophy to saying, oh, they went further up in the Champions League. For me, I think you don't win the Champions League, you don't win it. It's not, oh, I went more further than you, and then it's the person who wins it for me that's really important.
Me, I'm putting Rafinha's Copa del Rey and La Liga.
Mm-hmm. And most goals in the Champions League?
Most goals in the Champions League. They won the Spanish Super Cup. I'm putting that there on a pedestal. Dembele, for me, he's just won the Champions League. I'm ignoring the French league. I'm ignoring.
Why are you ignoring?
Because for me,
are you?
I want to know. I want to know why he's ignoring it. No, Sara, hold on. I want to know why. No, we are speaking about. No, hold on.
Absolutely
not.
not.
No, hold on. Listen.
Name
You've just
5 teams in the Liga.
He downgrades Liga all the time. So
because for me, for PSG, any player, it's an expectation that you win the French league. It's an expectation that you win the Coupe de France. If you don't, that's a failure.
No, but at the end of the day, it's still a league that they're still competing in Champions League, right?
But I value Barcelona's league and cup win much higher than PSG.
Everybody does that. Like, listen, the French league. Hold on. The French league, of course, they will still be minority when it comes to the other leagues in Europe. Yeah, and fact is, the French government, or the French entity, please, you guys need to start boosting up your league, man, so we don't need to be speaking about them like that. But, Alex, we're speaking about trophies here, whether you like it or not, right? Yeah. Whether it's in the French league or whatever, they won trophies. Yeah?
But you've got to look at the importance of the trophies.
What do you mean? But why do you keep shifting the goalposts, man? What do you mean importance of the trophy? If you're going to talk about importance, why would you be mentioning Copa del Rey, man, if you're not going to mention the other trophies that Dembele has in France? Come on, man.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the Copa del Rey has a more...
But weren't you talking about Tottenham and the fact that they at least won a trophy is still better than
what?
Arsenal? Because you were saying at least they won a trophy?
Yes.
It doesn't matter what it was? Barcelona won 3?
Yes. So, sorry, I don't...
Because you're discrediting the trophies that they won.
I didn't discredit any trophy.
Copa del Rey?
No, listen, he started by saying... he started by saying the French, whatever. No.
Getting caught.
It was because you were discrediting the French trophies. And I'm saying, if you're going to discredit, you may as well discredit the Copa del Rey too.
No, because that holds a bigger... for me, the Copa del Rey is seen in a better light than the French trophy.
No, but what I'm saying is still a trophy.
Name 5 teams in Liga.
I'll mention 10, actually.
Okay, go.
But then that's saying...
No. This is more fun.
Clinton, you can name 5 cities in France, which is basically...
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, name 10. You said you could name 10. Go.
All right, should we go?
Start from?
Okay, so you've got 1, PSG.
All right.
You've got 9 to go.
No one help him. Let's see how he can do on his own, and then we'll see
All right, I'll give you. I can't believe we're doing this.
Stop running around.
All right, let's go. PSG, 1. Rennes.
Yeah.
See, I'm even using my French accent as well. All right. 2, Marseille.
No. Hey. Sorry, does something get caught in you?
No, but that's how we say it in France.
All right. 3, good on.
Yeah, how many do I have now?
7.
You have 3.
Lyon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Montpellier. Sorry. Is it?
Montpellier.
Oh, yeah, see, it's not like it's the pronunciation because I didn't live in France. I lived in
Montpellier.
France. No, but come on, man. But
5.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
6. We have 6 now, yeah?
You have 4 left.
Hold on. We also have, what's the name of this one that won my thingy? Hold on. I remember more. No, Monaco.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many do we have now?
3 left.
3 left. Hold on.
When you think of Chelsea,
Well,
No clues.
Yeah, no clues.
no. Wait, hold on. Oh, there's actually another Paris in Paris FC.
They're not in Liga.
yes,
What?
they are.
No, they are now. They are in the season.
Last season
Bro, that's
they weren't.
the
You
I
got
won this
lucky.
league, man. What do you
Two to
mean?
go.
You got
Two to go.
lucky.
Wait, what do you mean I still got 2?
Because
Thought
you've
we
got
did
8.
10 already.
No, you've got 8.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry, we're still doing it.
Just name drop cities.
Hold on.
You're missing a few big ones. Well, big in the
Somewhere producer Ben is screaming.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait.
30 seconds, because we got to move along.
Ex-Man United player. Plays there.
What do you mean? Ex-United player.
Used to play for Getafe.
Get out of here, man. Wait, no, that's not even the one I'm trying. Wait, I know more clubs, man. But you know, you said
Where
I should
did Eden
mention 5. I've
Hazard
done
play
8.
for before he played for Chelsea?
I don't care about where Eden Hazard play for, man. It's all about what he did in Chelsea. I care.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
9, 8,
Damn.
2 to go.
7.
No, because she's counting now. She's making me not think. I'm thinking about her time.
I do have to, because we do have to move along.
All right, I'll give you the 2 later. Just continue.
All right. To be fair, better than I expected. You
Yeah.
did over 5, so we'll give you that.
Nah, but I mean, for somebody who doesn't, I mean, I should be watching the French league, but I only watch PSG.
That can
I
be
mean,
a
I
goal
don't
for
even
you.
watch
That
PSG.
can be a goal for you this season. You can watch League.
No, I'm still not going to watch it.
Okay.
Until they pump money into their league.
All right. Well, Barcelona are favorites against Mallorca, 1.48 to 6.93 on SportyBet. Alaves in action against Levante as well tomorrow, and Valencia against Real Sociedad. Quick one, Shantelle, you weren't here yesterday, and you had Valencia going down.
And Everton.
And, well, one, I can understand the delusion. Can I ask you why? Because you weren't here yesterday when we talked about our predictions. Why do you have Valencia going down?
Just start with he or they.
We all know.
I won't have to go there.
Oh, by the way,
But
I remember another one just from where I was flying through. Nantes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one. They'll slowly come throughout the show. Go ahead, Shantelle.
I feel like that was just delusion again. I feel like I just don't see them. I feel like that's the surprise of the season for me with Valencia. Maybe they won't be relegated, but I see them finishing really, really low on the table.
With your boy Danjuma joining them, Clinton?
What? Sorry?
Danjuma to Valencia, also our very own Dan.
Oh wait. But I mean,
lost.
he was there on loan. Danjuma was it?
He-
Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't
playing-
Danjuma. Sorry. I was speaking about. I thought you were
You're
speaking
thinking
about
of
my.
Sadiq.
Yes, Sadiq. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Danjuma. Oh, Danjuma is John Valencia now.
Yeah, and Dani Raba.
They have lost Mosquera.
To be
They
honest,
have?
though, I've not. I think Danjuma is not.
He's not a world-class player.
Nah, I mean, he's not even up to a normal player. Yeah.
And what do we make about, no, can't speak. Real Sociedad finishing in 11th last season, Alex, and obviously they've appointed their B manager, Sergio Francisco, taking over Alguacil. It's looking a little shaky up in the Basque Country as well.
Yeah, and I think I've seen some rumours as well that Atleti are looking at Takefusa Kubo as well.
I love that.
I think
that is a great move.
I think when you look at Real Sociedad, yes, the academy that they've got has brought through some fantastic players, but over the last season they've lost some really important ones. Zubamendi has gone to Arsenal. They lost Mikel Merino early on last season. Alguacil, as you said, his reign came to an end at the end of last season. The appointment of a manager who's been managing a B team doesn't exactly fill me with a lot of inspiration if I was a Real Sociedad fan. Mm-hmm. I think last season was a real struggle. I think the players that they had, I don't think they have the players to cause problems for the teams. Like, I look at the teams, let's all say now, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Athletic Club. I think they're a class above everyone else. I think when you look at the teams in and around that, Villarreal, I think they're a lot better than Real Sociedad. Yes, they'll be playing in the Champions League. I think Real Betis, obviously without Anthony, but you know they I think with under Manuel Pellegrini, although they did lose in a pre-season friendly to Malaga, and Isco's injured now. I think when you look at the teams in and around that 5 to maybe 10, I feel like they're going to struggle to compete with those teams.
Okay. Well, we will see what happens between Valencia and Real Sociedad. Celta taking on Getafe. And on Sporty TV, we have Athletic Bilbao versus Sevilla. 1.60 to the home side, 6.10 on Sporty Bet. Nico Williams decides to stay. Nouha at Bilbao. He'll now be still competing with his brother, and they'll be taking on Sevilla. Do you have high hopes for Bilbao this season? Obviously, we saw their run in Europe last year. Do you think that they can go further? They were the favourites to beat Manchester United, and in the end, we all saw what happened there.
I don't know what happened to Athletic Club by the end of the season. I feel like the level just went down. And I feel like Nico Williams, I know the whole deal with Barcelona didn't go through. And I thank God for Barcelona, because Nico Williams is just, he's so injury prone nowadays that you don't know if you'll get a full player to play the entire game or not. So, and he is the main guy in that squad. So it's very hard to see what they'll do. I do think that's my other surprise of the season. I do think they will go down this season. I don't think they'll be in the top 5.
Where do you see them finishing right now?
I think I see them finishing like 7.
So who?
They're gonna have.
So who?
It's not bad, but
who finishes ahead of them? If you give us your top 6, then.
Real Sociedad and Villarreal, and then
there's still another team.
The top 3.
Yeah. So
And
that's
then
fun. So one more.
One more. I do see Getafe finishing before them. See, I do believe in Getafe this season. Blame me.
This is exactly what I don't like. Sometimes I feel like the La Liga also needs to put more money on, because you see what Sara just said, actually just the top 3. You already know the top 3.
Yeah.
It never changes. It's just literally the same top 3.
I think you could lock in the top 3.
Yeah, every single time.
I'd quite happily put a bet on the top 3 being Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atleti right now.
I mean, yes, of course. I mean, that's what we are still going to see. I don't think.
But in
I
that
don't
order.
think. Yeah, sorry, say that again. Barcelona. Wait, come. What do you mean, man?
No,
what do you mean, Alex?
Apart from that, I could quite happily put a bet on Atleti finishing 3rd.
No, Atleti is definitely finishing 3rd. Fact, 100%. There's nothing changing.
Do Atleti
I'm just hoping.
outside of the top 3, finishing 4th.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm just hoping we'll get to see Real Madrid at least being in that one this time.
Yeah, I just want it to go to the last day. That's my wish.
Yeah. Same.
Go to
same,
the last
same,
day.
Same,
Both teams need to win.
Yeah.
I don't know who Real Madrid and Barcelona are playing on the last day of the season, but I would like a scenario where both teams need to win.
Yeah.
And they've got
I mean,
And I
that's
do
what.
see that happening, because I know I'm a believer. I do believe Real Madrid is gonna do great things this season. Yes, I do see them winning the league. Blame
Same
me
here.
at the end of the season if I'm wrong. And I see them winning a lot of games, because I do see this young squad going to the last day.
Real Madrid taking on Athletic Club de Bilbao, Barcelona taking on Valencia.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Both home or away?
Real is at home and Barca, let me go back. Although I will say last season it go a little bit longer than we expected it. And I think this season it will be even tighter. Valencia, it's going to be at Mestalla for Barcelona.
Okay.
But I think this one's going to go, I think Barcelona is still going to win it, but I think it's going to be much harder to do. So I agree.
I mean, you said they will win, but it's
said
going to be
yes.
much more harder. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Real Madrid.
All
Real
right.
Madrid for Real Madrid.
All right, let's move along to Atletico, the final team in action against Espanyol this weekend. We do have a reminder, Elche and Betis on Monday, and Real Madrid and Osasuna on Tuesday. KlintonCod will be there. But Diego Simeone's men in action this weekend against Espanyol, a team, Alex, that was fighting to stay in La Liga. And unfortunately for our own Leganés, they did.
Yeah. I think I look at this Espanyol team, I think they're going to struggle this season.
Joan Garcia out the door.
I think that will be a big miss. I think when you look at the players that they have, I don't think they have the calibre to stay up. I think we've always seen Espanyol as a bit of a yo-yo club. I think when they've won Segunda, they've gone down, they've come back up, and they're one of those teams that you see quite a lot going between the two divisions. I think Atleti will get the win. Hearing rumours today that Atleti are willing to listen to offers for Alexander Soroš. He's happy at Atletico Madrid, but they're willing to listen to offers for him. Now, Molina got approached today by Bournemouth. They submitted a £20 million bid, but it was rejected because I think Diego Simeone wants him as part of the team. Obviously, there's the links with Nico Gonzalez. They've signed some exciting players this summer. Johnny Cardoso, Alex Baena from Villarreal.
Thiago
Almada. They've brought in some players that I think could really spice up this team. But having said that, I don't see them finishing above 3rd. I think they'll get the win against Espanyol this weekend. I can see them winning 2-0.
2-0. Last minute goal. Alexander Sørloth.
Julian Alvarez double.
Yeah, safe. All right, I'm going to ask all of you guys, what are the 3 matches that you're looking forward to the most this weekend? Shantelle, we'll start with you.
The 3, well, this weekend, well, obviously Liverpool. Does tonight count?
Yes, yes,
So
of
Liverpool,
course.
Bournemouth, Arsenal, Manchester United, and this doesn't count because it's Monday, but I really want to watch that Everton-Leeds match.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
KlintonCod?
To be honest, I don't want to see Liverpool, but
You know you want to watch Liverpool. It's okay. It's okay. You know you want to see Mo Salah. Come on.
sorry.
You know you want to see
everybody
Mo
thinks it's Mo Salah. I
Mo
want to see.
Salah, come on. You're joy to watch, Clinton.
I'd rather watch those guys at the gym than see Mo Salah, man. Trust me, I want to see. But no, I think the most important one is Manchester Arsenal. I think that's going to be the highlight of the weekend. I don't really know the other fixtures because they are not really as exciting as this. I think Man U Arsenal it carries that weight that you see in a typical Real Madrid Barcelona on a good day, or something really heavy. So I think for me that's going to be the highlight for me this weekend, and also knowing that is the first game of the season as well. To tell you how important it's going to be, whoever wins that game, the talk for the next couple of weeks. I think we're going to be speaking about. Obviously, depending on how it ends, let's say, we see Manchester giving Arsenal like a 5-1 kind of victory. I think we're going to speak about that one for a long time, which I hope it happens, obviously, and which is very possible it will happen, which is actually going to happen, and I'm definitely sure it's going to happen, and it will obviously happen. No, there's no other 2, it's just that one.
Nouha, what 3 are you looking forward to?
Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool game, and then Marseille-Rennes, who's going to be playing this weekend also.
So I pronounced Rennes earlier well.
Yeah, you did.
Hold on. You still
I mean, you sounded like you were vomiting, but...
No, but that's how you sound normally. I mean, that's how every French person sounds. I mean, that's how Ben sounds.
Liverpool, Bournemouth, because it's the first one.
Sure.
It's good to have football back. And I think Man United, Arsenal. And
There's only literally one answer left for you.
it's not the one you're going to think I'm going to pick, actually.
You fake fan.
No way.
No, I'm going completely left field, and my little old Yeovil town are playing Forest Green Rovers this weekend in the National League, so I'm looking forward to that.
It's the little things. The little things.
What about you, Sara?
Barca, Mallorca, of course, Man United, Arsenal, and I like Liverpool, but I like Aston Villa and Newcastle too, because I think it's a bit more of an even match. But if we were going to talk about Liverpool, sorry, Mo Salah, I'm there for Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
I think he's going to...
Season Clinton.
And Jeremy Frimpong.
I think Wirtz is going to be like a game changer this season in the Premier League. I think he might be the player with the most assists in the Prem this season. Yeah. I've rated him for ages. Like, he's such a joy to watch. Florian Wirtz for me, I think is.
What if he down the middle of the season he's not even giving an assist?
Then I'll be very upset.
You'll be very disappointed.
Yeah.
What if?
What if?
What if? That's the thing. Coming from a whole different league to the Premier League, you expect anything.
Okay, but let's not put that out there.
All right, well, Benjamin Seshko won it. Okay. All right, guys. Well, Prem is back, La Liga is back, and we are so excited to kick off the 2025-26 season with you guys. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as join the Fantasy Premier League so you can compete alongside all of us. But we hope that you enjoy the first full weekend of football back, and we'll see you guys on Monday to talk about all the drama, I'm sure. Until then, as always, enjoy the football.
Everywhere, Benjamin Sesko, Mbeumo, Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, go!